Good morning. Today is 18th of February 2025 and we are going to be racing today. Today we are going to be racing at Newcastle. This is in New South Wales, Australia. The ground rating is good. The last finishing mile is about 415 meters. And this is the shape of the track. This probably is not one of the best, but not one of the worst shapes when it comes to racetracks. Probably this is one of the most popular shapes in racetracks. We have raced here. We are going to be racing here today again. There are only 6 races today here at Newcastle, and we'll see what we can do here. Welcome to Grandstand, and we do horse racing 5 days a week. And we do that in 2 steps. First, we try and identify the best horses through physics, mathematics, a little bit of understanding of horse racing. And once we have identified the best horses, that's when we take a look at the horses at the paddock when we get the live stream from the paddock or the gates. If we find that the horses that we have chosen are looking good to go with, we stick to our picks and place our bets. But if we find that there are circumstantial changes and there are better horses, we do make changes with our picks and then place our bets. It's horse racing, so we need to be vigilant. We need to be making decisions that are in favor of us and worthy. And that's exactly what we try and do here. I've got 3 tabs opened. The first one is where we get to see the live stream. The second one is RaceNet, where we will take a look at the odds and the scratchings. The third one is Top Sport, where we take a look at the winning numbers. That's what I have. So without any further ado, we'll get on with the first race today, which is here at Newcastle. And see the number of scratchings. 5, 6, 8 has been scratched. So,
Elton up.
Reggie, welcome back, Reggie. So, there's a there's a there's a thing going on here, which 410. We've got a clarity on 4 and 10, but that's not the problem. 4 and 10, probably we are looking at getting through, but it is a 1200 meter, and that 4 is like that. So that's a, I mean, 52% on a drift is pretty much a disastrous team. So that's a dysfunctional team. Now the 10 is good. Now the possibilities, what might happen. So this is a maiden race, and I like the 4. The 4 is good. There's no doubt about the horse. The problem is with the team. They are a drifting team. It's a maiden race. I do not know what they're going to be delivering, but that's a dysfunctional team. Now, if that 4 loses, let's say for some reason the 4 loses, then what happens? In that case, that is tailing with this one as well. Now this is a mule. This horse is probably as good as a mule according to the numbers. But if we look at power to weight ratio, then it supersedes the 4. That's a huge number to kill that 4. And they are in good hands, at least better than this. So I like the horse. I do not like the team. The 10 is good, probably will get a place, but it's a maiden. It's expected to get a place. Winning, it's technically not there. winning technically it had to be a horse with experience a little bit, but it doesn't have that. Now if the 4 fails, then the 2 gets in, and there's a huge chance that this will happen because of the fact that this is like that. They're in a better hand. The advantage, if we compare these 2 horses, 4 and 2, so that's a lot. So it's a maiden race. It's the first one. I'm not going to be putting money on the first one. We'll take a look at the results of this race and see what happens. But yeah, that's more or less 4 and 10. They are the favorites, and that's how it should work. But I do not like what's going on there. I do not like what's going on here. That 9 is there within the odds, which is good. And if we look at the gate, it is 2, 3, 4, and then 5. We've got about how many horses? 8 horses. The advantage is with the midfield, which is gate number 4, number 10. So no. I mean, I'm not going to put in money on this one. I'm going to watch. I'm going to see what the numbers are. We'll take a look at the readings and probably the next one. Reggie, 11. We've got 14 minutes to go.
$14 to $10 seen a bit of support. Low line has been $11 right out to $16. Napoleon Strike on debut $12 to $17. Zoodoo has been $11 to $26. Bon Elton $31 right out to $126. And Denali Kai is $151. We just have one a bit reluctant to go in the gates there. I believe the 7. She's the key, just off the back of me giving her a good rap from the yard. Maybe she's gotten a bit worse as she's gotten around the gates. But about to load up now, so nearly all set. We'll head up to Anthony Matten for the call of our first race here.
Just about in, you should know. Still working on her, and Sweet Madeline in the meantime will be the last one. 225 Sweet Madeline. Bolo miss 390. Good late support. Bolo miss. She's the key. Just about in. Yep, they've got her now by the looks of it. And Sweet Madeline will be the last one into the outside gate for James Innes Jr. Late rider change. Had no jockey listed until 7:30 this morning. Okay, the Q Racing membership maiden over the 900. First favourite, Sweet Madeline. She's drawn the outside gate here. James Innes for Rob Potter. The field set. First of 7 at Queanbeyan. Good form. Ready to go. No, Sweet Madeline not quite ready for us, I beg your pardon. Now. Got her now. Line looks good. Q Racing membership maiden over the 900. Red light. They're off. Oh, she missed it, Sweet Madeline. She came out last. And Tippy, the first one to begin, landed in front from low line. It's going forward underneath it. And Napoleon Strikes up in 3rd position. Elton sliding through along the rails is right up there as well. And Denali Kai must be 4 deep. Then She's the Key, who's just off those. Sneaking round the rails. They're followed then by Invincible Bow. Now, Sweet Madeline's missed the start, but she's got back 3rd last, and she'll cut the corner here. Bolo missed. The second favourite's on her back. And Zoodoo is the last one at the cutaway. 300 to go. Tiffy in front. Bon Elton on the far side. Sweet Madeline sneaking up under those. She's the Keys chiming in, and Bolo Miss with the last shot at them. She's the Keys hit the front. Bolo Miss ran to second, but She's the Key in front. She's the Key beat Bolo Miss. Bonelton's run third. Sweet Madeline fourth from Tiffy. And then came Napoleon Strike from low line. Invincible Bow, Denali Kai, and Zudu was last throughout. She's the Key, Brodie Lloyd. First up today, She's the Key is the winner. A good run just off the back of the speed and has been able to produce first up from a decent spell. Goes on to score there. Number 7, She's the Key. Defeats 8, Bolo Miss, and 9, Bonelton. 7, 8 and 9. 7, 8, 9 are the numbers. 7, She's the Key.
Well, Sam, very exciting. That's your first ever winner as a trainer.
Yeah, no, it's a big thrill. This horse, I put so much work into it. Zara gives Zara grief every morning. Yeah, it's so good to get a win for the owners. They've been great supporters. You send them a bill, they pay it straight away. It's great. They let me do what I want to do. So, Brodie rode it a treat. You know, my heart's going a million miles an hour. Wouldn't go in the gates. It's one thing after the other. But yeah, Brodie rode it great. So it's be drunk tonight.
And she's a horse that's always shown a bit at the trials, but when it's come to race day, she just hasn't quite put it all together. She's obviously shown you at track work that she's come back better.
Yeah, this is the best she's ever been. We sent her, after she failed at Canberra, sent her out to Main Lodge for 6 weeks, and she just come back in so good, like best she's ever been. And yeah, was pretty confident today.
Is this your only horse in work?
No, I've got a 2-year-old that'll go around on Friday in the Black Label Preview. He's a nice horse, and I've got another D'Argento half-sister to her, so that's enough to keep me busy.
And obviously your partner Zara doing all the riding.
Yeah, it's good. There's no excuses for not coming to track work because whether it's raining or she's sick, she's coming in.
From experience, so there's usually more fights.
Yeah, true.
But well done, Sam. That's massive.
Cheers.
And that's a huge thrill for Sam Shives. Hasn't had his trainer's license all that long, and he presented this horse in terrific order today. She's a lovely big type of mare, and she was well educated leading into that run and aided by a good ride there by Brodie Lloyd, who's flying. I thought that was an excellent and very exciting for him. I thought Bolo Miss was terrific from back in the field there to run on into second. The 9, Bonelton, was a lot more tractable on debut than it was in its trial and did a good job for third. And our favourite, Sweet Madeline, didn't step into gear that well, got back and doing its best work late to run on into fourth. So that'll be 7, 8, 9, 10, I think it is, over the line there. That takes us away from the first race at Queanbeyan. Here we'll head off for a short break on Spark Hybrid Central.
On the card, we're currently on a good 4 surface and the rail is out 11 metres. Mick Wallace and Melinda Turner with you as horses make their way into the yard here for race number 1, which is a maiden plate over the 1,250 metres. Let's have a look at the runners, starting off with 1, Jacob's Well for Mitch and Desiree Carney. Grant Buckley takes the ride, fresh off riding a winning treble here on Saturday.
Yeah, he's obviously taken a long time to get to the races. 6-year-old having his first day at the races. He's had one trial at Canberra. That was back on the 10th of February where he was beaten 3.5 lengths. He didn't beat a runner home. He got back. He was pushed along. I thought he responded okay. Just looking at him physically, I would think whatever he does today, he'll improve off. So happy just to see what he does.
We go down to the 2, Uncle Moonlight. Wayne Wilkes, Shay Wilkes will claim the 3.
He's had 3 solid runs back. He had to go a long way back from the barrier last start at Tari, but I thought he closed off quite well, albeit he was beaten 7 lengths. It was a real strung-out field. That's the fittest he's paraded. He's ready to get on with things. I guess the only negative is his only career placing has come on heavy ground. He finds a firm track here today.
Having his first race start is the 3 Denuto, Chris Lee's Ben Osman.
He's had the 2 trials. His pedigree suggests this will be as short as he wants. His first trial at Newcastle, he set up on top of the speed and condition looked to give out. He was beaten around 7 lengths, but wasn't asked to do a lot. He made sharp improvement in his second trial at Wyong, where he led. He was given a squeeze, but I thought he responded quite nicely into second position. He's handling himself beautifully for a horse having his first start the races, and he's certainly done enough work at home.
Favourite is the 4 Flying Argyle. It's been a little bit easy on the NOP. Paul Perry, Alicia Collins.
He's had a few chances now to break his maiden status. To the 7 starts, he's been the runner-up on 4 occasions. All 4 of those have been here at Newcastle at 900 metres. Thought it was a funny run here last start. He just over-raced behind the speed, but he got going again late. He's had 1 go at 1,200 metres. That was at the end of last preparation where he didn't run it out. So query for mine whether he runs out the 12.50, but he's been a model of consistency and he gets the home track advantage today.
Yet to place in 6 starts is one of our outsiders in 7, Yes Kiss, Wayne Sealand, Zach Waddy.
Yeah, 4-year-old mare by Rubik. She's always a naturally lightly framed mare. She doesn't hold a lot of excess. Generally, she just holds that same condition right the way through the preparation. That's a very typical parade for her. She's always a little above herself. She's had a few runs back now. Probably hasn't shown enough, though, to be a winning chance. The claim helps.
There's been some good support on track here for the 9 Rose of Dubai. Mark Minavini, Ash Morgan.
She's tried up really nicely, this filly. She's had 3 trials. She's been placed in all 3 of those. Loved the latest trial at Scone, where she was beaten half a length after settling outside the leader. She responded nicely into second position behind a subsequent place getter in Chica Del Mar, who of course was narrowly beaten at Scone. Drawn beautifully here today. She can run well.
We go down to the 10, which is at Seastrand. It's been well backed. Annabelle Nish and Rob Archibald. Molly Fitzgerald is the rider.
This was a filly I thought represented some odds, but she's been well supported in the market now. She's had 2 trials this preparation. She was beaten a fair way in her first trial, but not asked to do a lot, where she was beaten 7 lengths. She showed sharp improvement in her latest, where she was able to lead the trial. She wasn't asked to do a lot over the final stages into 3rd position. She gets a claim for Molly Fitzgerald. She looks a little new in the yard. She's sporting the red earmuff, so I suspect she gets a little bit hot at home, but so far so good, and I thought she could run well.
And the bottom one is 11, Jason Darren, John Bannister, Aaron Bullock.
He's first up of 2 trials. He's been placed in both of his trials. Really liked his latest trial at Wyong, where he got back. He was asked for an effort and then put back on the bridle late. He's a little keen heading around to the gates. He hasn't shown a lot race day, but those trials are encouraging to suggest he can run some type of race here.
Okay, we're closing in on start time here for race number 1, and we've had a bit of a change in the market here. The one-time favourite is Flying Argyle, trained by the Perrys, and Nathan Perry joins us now for a chat. 7 starts, 4 placings. Is today that?
Jeez, I hope so. No, he's been consistent, hasn't he? But hopefully getting up to a distance that suits, and hopefully he can go one better.
Up to the 12.50 today, do you think the horse will be able to race on speed?
Yeah, let that do Alicia. You know, she could lead. If they go quick, she can have a box seat run. So, yeah, just left it up to her.
You've got a couple of runners in run. Start with Senshi. It's been well.
So, I'm going to be out, but that one is a very expensive horse. It's the second one on the dev. Is the second one on the dev dysfunctional team, but that's a very, very expensive horse that also tails. So 10 definitely has advantage. It's in the best hands, but it's a maiden race. That one is a very expensive one, and we have no clue what it can actually do. The dev is quite high on that horse. The highest one is 11, but it doesn't match with the weight that it is the EBW, the estimated body weight on a 1200 meter from gate number 1. I am not sure whether it will be able to deliver. I am out, but this can play any direction. 4 and 10, 10 definitely 4 and 10, they're good horses. The thing that I do not like is the management on these horses. I'm going to stay out, watch the first one and see the track rating.
On his side, and 56 kilos on his back after the claim. 10, 9 or 4 and 2?
Yeah, I've got a slight change in my numbers here. 9, 4, 10 and 11, putting Rose of Dubai on top. This filly, trained by Mark Minavini. The trials have all been good. I thought it was a particularly good trial most recently at Scone on the 22nd of January. Finished second to Chica Del Mar, who I thought was unlucky not to win at Scone. It was good get back to third in that trial, and I just thought she might be able to run well here in a race that I thought lacked a little bit of depth. I've got the 4 Flying Argyle in for a second. 7 starts, 4 placings out to 12.50 today. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. He's a bit of a hard-going type, but gets his chance to break through. 10 C Strand, this written tycoon filly, I thought to try went third behind Alabama Fox. I wouldn't need to be a superstar to get away with this. And I put in 11 Jason Darren. Gate 1, Aaron Bullock on board. Was specced in the market on debut and beaten 7 lengths by obviously good at Tamworth. Was 3 wide, no cover that day. Going back last year, and it was on a heavy track, so I want to be a little bit forgiving. So 9, 4, 10 and 11. This market certainly changed significantly. 10 C Strand is now the favourite. $5 after scratchings this morning, all the way into $2.50. So heavily back. 4 Flying Argyle's gone in the other direction, $2 out to $3.60. You've got 9 Rose of Dubai coming in for a little bit of late support, $5.50 into $4.80, and 11 Jason Darren Hetzer 14 into $9, and even Danuto is just starting to trim back up late after initially being 8 out to 11 is back in to $9.50.
Yeah, interesting betting race, isn't it? I was most keen on our debutantes. Obviously, the 9 Rose of Dubai and the 10 C Strand, thought they trialled up really well. So interested to see how they acquit themselves against the race galloper in Flying Argyle. As far as our Jockeys Challenge goes, we've had a change in the market after Keegan Latham not riding here today. So favourite for the Jockeys Challenge today, looks as though Molly Fitzgerald is favourite here at $3.20 ahead of Alicia Collin at $4, and Ash Morgan's now firmed up Mick into $4.60. He picked up a couple of Keegan's rides.
Yeah, that's right. Steve Strand well backed here. 360 to 250 on the NOP. So that move with Tab is certainly reflected here on course, and some good support for 9 Rose of Dubai here as well.
Yeah,
$7 into $4.40.
I really liked Rose of Dubai's trials as well. She's been trialling on the country circuits, unlike Steve Strand's, who's been on the metro tracks. You can see Rose of Dubai is just a little edgy, not exactly sure what they're doing with this 3-year-old filly by Pride of Dubai. Ash Morgan out of the saddle still.
Yeah, we'll stand by for any information coming through there. In fact, we might head up to the caller's box and join Phil Roberts for the first time today and see if he can shed any light on what might be bringing about this slight delay ahead of a start in race 1.
Dorian and Keegan Latham not riding today. They've all been published, those changes. Flying Argyle coming up. Jacob's well about to come in. We've still got Danuto out back, as is Yes Kiss. And Rose of Dubai has been safely taken onto the Beaumont track. As Jacob's well got 3/4 of the way in. A couple of these a little bit stirred up prior to the first. Certainly can't blame the weather conditions here. Quite a mild afternoon, just the lightest little sea breeze coming in. Jacob's well goes up. Danuto coming in. Yes Kiss will be the last. As a consequence of that late scratching, now $2.20 to C Strand, $2.80 Flying Argyle, Danuto at $7.50, and Jason Darren at $7.50. So Danuto coming up towards its spot. It backs away at the first attempt. Rider Jacobs Well is now out of the saddle and attended in with it. Rider of Denudo, Ben Osmond, is now out of the saddle.
Connor, welcome back, Connor.
We'll attempt to get
10
Denudo
is
from-
good. I like the 10. We'll see what happens in the first one.
These have been in there for quite a while, in the gates, that is. Denudo about to come up, but it's quite agitated. Goes in now. Ben Osmond about to jump back aboard, and Yes Kiss to complete the line. We're eventually about to get underway. Into $2 late now, C Strand. The late scratching is Rose of Dubai.
Okay, Rose of Dubai, I think the
And
one.
Starter heading out.
No.
About to jump
Nine.
back
Nine
aboard.
has been scratched.
Shay Wilkes.
There's no 9.
Bit of activity towards the centre of the line here, but looks at things. Red lights on, and they're away. And Denudo out wide was away well. Sea Strand and Flying Argyle are both going forward. Jason Darren not that far away in the early part. And then came Uncle Moonlight, who's settling just off the pace. Back to third last with Yes Kiss. And Jacobs Well on its inside is back at the tail. So into the first bend, and the two favourites pair off here. It is the first starter, Sea Strand. Flying Argyle a neck away on its outside. A length and a half to Jason Darren, settling beautifully. Third on the inside of Denudo. Then Jacobs Well, Uncle Moonlight, and a couple away, Yes Kiss back at the tail. Sea Strand is the leader, coming towards the 600 metres. Flying Argyle sits a close second. In third spot, Jason Darren, and then Denudo, followed by Uncle Moonlight and Jacobs Well, and still Yes Kiss a couple away at the rear. To the bend they run, 450 metres out. Sea Strand and Flying Argyle together. It's Sea Strand on the inside of Flying Argyle. They're 2 lengths now in front of Jason Darren. Then Denudo the outside, followed by Jacobs Well and Uncle Moonlight. Yes Kiss was next. Flying Argyle goes up to Sea Strand, who's got a fight on its hands. They're 2 lengths in front of Jason Darren. It's Flying Argyle on the outside. Sea Strand trying to kick back. Sea Strand, Flying Argyle, nothing between them. Flying Argyle the outside, doing best. Flying Argyle over Sea Strand.
410.
In third spot, Jason Darren, then either Denudo or Yes Kiss from Jacobs Well and Uncle Moonlight.
Flying Argyle will win the opener here. Looks like your numbers might be 4, 10, 11 and 3. Despite being easy in the betting, was able to sit up outside the lead and has gone home a little bit better, beating Steve Strand, who was quite good on debut. Jason Darren back in third, and Denudo will fill that fourth spot. We're going to make tracks to Kilcoy ahead of a start in race number 1.
Race 1 at Kilcoy. It's a beautiful day here
All right.
in Queensland.
That
We've got 7
happened.
races to be run and won, and starting on a
Two, 8, 12, 14, 15.
barrier trial. Didn't do anything too exciting in its first preparation, but we always respect the Hatch-Stanley combination. Let's see what it does in the betting over the next couple of minutes.
big watch on the number 6, Waiting for Graham. Trialled well. Brooke Ainsworth trains and rides from barrier 6.
Yeah, horse that's by Jungle Cat was beaten 13 lengths on debut at Bow Desert, but did show early speed and will take improvement from that run.
Number 7, Here Comes Santorini, a drifter in early markets for Taylor McKinnon. Barrier 7, Kayla Johnson takes off 3.
Yeah, look, he looks great. Here comes Santorini. He's a horse that will go forward. He showed good speed at the Gold Coast last start and kept getting through the line strongly. Prior to that, ran a nice second at Ipswich, so a leading chance.
Number 9, Freeman Fury. Inside draw, Jade Metcalf takes off 2 for Anthony Freeman.
Nice and relaxed in the yard. Good second at Warwick last time when it led there behind Split the Cash. Barrier 1, 2 kilos off for Jade. I think we'll take some catching.
And finally, number 10, dare I say. In fact, finally, we've got one more after that. But barrier number 3, Smith goes aboard for Dominic Leneath, and it's 45 days since we last saw, dare I say.
Yeah, she's had a few chances, 17 starts for 4 placings, just freshened up by Dominique. And look, has run races, has run places in better class. Nice draw, each way chance.
Finally, number 11, Never Breeze. Barrier number 8, Georgina Cartwright for the Bitter team. 9 days between runs.
Over race badly at the Sunshine Coast there between the 800 and 600 first up. A horse that can take improvement from that run.
All right, favourite dominates betting here. Winchman, he's currently deep odds on as we expected with the tab. They're loading away well, Damien. What's your last late mail?
Yeah, I'm with Winchman. I think he's probably got the class to win this. 1, 9, 7 and 10 for me. Winchman back in grade here. A little bit too strong for number 9. Freeman's Fury, I think, probably goes close to leading. We'll take some catching. Good at Warwick last start. The 7, Here Comes Santorini, graded beautifully. And 10, dare I say, from the soft draw for 4th. 1, 9, 7.
Our favourites out to $1.70. So after being backed in from $1.80 in early market, punters are being let back on late. Was $1.50 during our preview. The 9, as you mentioned, Damo, it's a little bit of money for Freeman Fury as Here Comes Santorini is getting right out in betting. But they've got a couple more left to load here this afternoon. Finally, the 10, that's the other one trimming up as well, dare I say, $8 and a 7, now $6. Let's waste no more time. Getting up to Anthony Collins for the call of the first of 7 at Kilcoy this afternoon. Unfortunately, we don't have a caller here for race number 1 at Kilcoy. Now, we do have the caller over the loudspeaker, so hopefully it'll be a quick fix very shortly. One of these runners, the 11, is giving us a little bit of grief. That is Never Breeze coming here second up. Georgina Cartwright aboard from the Tricky Gate. It's currently a $31 chance, and the clerk of the course trying to take it into the gates. But Never Breeze giving us a little bit of grief now out to $81. Our favourite Winchman was $1.80 to $1.50. Back out to $1.70 late, goes around as the short price elect for Paul Shaler. Dylan Turner and Paul combined with a really smart colt there on Saturday at the Gold Coast. Looking forward to seeing him step out again over the next few weeks. And they'll be looking to bookend the card. As looks like we might have a late scratching here with the 11 not taking its spot in the race there, Never Breeze. Just about set here for the first. The starters rising up to the tractor and just about to kick off here for the race number 1 at Kilcoy. The first of 7 this afternoon. And Winchman, our short price favourite, just repeating once again. Unfortunately, no line to Anthony Collins just yet. And they're off and racing. And one of the runners out wide jumped only averagely the favourite Winchman. Dylan Turner trying to put it into a fairly forward position. That's a runner on the fence that will roll forward and try to take up a spot as Brooke Ainsworth takes her galloper forward as well by the name of Waiting for Graham. Now they're stringing out here. The favourite looks to be caught a little bit in a tricky position at the moment. Dylan Turner's going to have to find a spot there. They've streeted the gaps and big lines all throughout this field. And Waiting for Graham's got a little bit of pressure by that galloper on the outside, which looks to be Here Comes Santorini. Our favourite, odds-on favourite, Winchman's caught 3 wide, while runners continue to kick up on the inside. Freeman Fury's dropped in for a nice hit, and dare I say, 1 out and 1 back. Our favourite, Waiting for Graham, continues to ramp it up as the favourite Winchman. Under pressure, 3 wide. Here comes Santorini's underwriting, and Dylan Turner has pulled the stick as well as he presents Winchman 3 wide as they come into the straight. Waiting for Graham's kicked on. It's put about half a length on. Here comes Santorini. Dylan's riding hard on Winchman. He's going to have to find a couple of lengths here. Waiting for Graham's laying down. Here comes Santorini diving. Winchman goes, misses. Here comes Santorini. Will win by half a length over the favourite Winchman, who's run second there. Waiting for Graham. Looks like it might have run fourth, with the runner on the inside diving through to run third. Fonzie Rocks will run fourth there on the outside, but it's a very tight go. Here comes Santorini, our winner. Second should be Winchman. Fonzie Rocks has dived at it late, and Waiting for Graham has fought back on the inside as well. But here comes Santorini. It will break through for its first win for Taylor McKinnon. Winchman on the outside should run second. Third on the inside, Waiting for Graham, prominent over Fonzie Rocks. And we'll bring those numbers to you as soon as we get confirmation down the line. But the favourite caught 3 wide, and Damo, here comes Santorini, records a deserved win.
Yeah, well done to the McKinnon Stables. Stewie's here today. They tell me Taylor is in Japan doing some snowboarding at the moment. So there's some holiday money for Taylor, but deserved that win, and just a barrier beat the favourite, didn't it? Couldn't get in at all, 3 wide all the way. Loomed up at the top of the straight, but here comes Santorini. A Pitt Racehorse is just able to fight back and to defeat the favourite Winchman. We're just standing by for that third and number 2 come through. Waiting for Graham on the inside, and Fonzie Rocks in that photo for third and fourth. But yeah, deserved that win. Here comes Santorini, paraded well, and well done to Stewie McKinnon on behalf of Taylor.
7, 1, 6 and 4 are confirmed numbers, Damo, by a long neck as well. We don't have an official time as well, but it goes the way. 7, 1, 6 and 4. Our numbers, the first 4 across the line. That is win number 1 for Here Comes Santorini at start number 10. Deserved victory. Kayla Johnson, the young apprentice, booting it home for Taylor McKinnon. So the Sunshine Coast crew combined in race number 1 at Kilcoy. It pays a peak of $11 and $2.60. I'll be happy to fix the wires so I don't have to call again this afternoon. And we'll get Anthony Collins back on your TV so you can hear less of my voice. We're going to head straight to Queanbeyan for race number 2. And Kayla will take us through the market and the bounty up there as well.
We're back for race 2 at Queanbeyan, which is the Dale and Hitchcock 1200 metre maiden handicap. Here we have a field of 8 runners. And our favourite is the first horse we'll see here. With the scratching of the 1, we go to the 2, Condominium, for Joe Cleary and Jess Taylor. Yeah, she's a mare that only had the 1 start last preparation at Queanbeyan, and she was very raw that day. She circled the field, didn't know how to let down, and ran on quite well despite that. I expect her to have returned better and more mature from a spell, and I think the 1200 appears it will suit her perfectly. She's nice and relaxed in the yard, and it's hard to beat. The 3 is Machination for Teresa Baitup and Amy McLucas. His first start is a 3-year-old gelding that had the 3 runs last preparation. He didn't show a lot, but they obviously thought enough of him to take him to town at his first ever start. He never was too bad without showing a whole lot, but his trials this time around I thought have been better, especially his most recent one at Kembla, where he appears to have come back a lot sharper. He gets barrier 1. I think we can probably see him improve here. The 4 is Houdini Spirit for Gary Portelli and Molly Burke to ride. He's a gelding that's only had the 1 placing from 7 starts, but I don't think that's reflective of his runs. He's run into some pretty handy maidens of late, including 4 starts ago behind Punton. Then he ran into Adelaide, who's 3 from 3, including winning its 3rd start at Canterbury just the other night. And then last start at Canberra, led up the field and stuck on well to run 4th behind Buenos, who I think is a horse that has a bit of ability too. So I think this is the easiest maiden he probably has found. He's got the speed to find the front, and I think that will seem hard to run down. The 5 is Aqua Tempo, having her first run for Matt Kelly was formerly with Chris Anderson, so brings Queensland and Northern New South Wales form. Karai Keatings picks up the ride here. Her last start, I thought she was quite good at Lismore there. She got up on the speed, sat outside the leader, and she tried really hard to stick on for second. She's now 6 weeks between runs. It draws a little bit awkward, but if she gets any kind of luck in the run, I think she can definitely be competitive here. The 6 is Lonanova for Gary Portelli and Heavy Vanderhoven. When I first saw this horse in the yard, I thought, what's that? It looks like it would be first up. If I didn't know it had had the benefit of a run, I would probably say he needs the run, but he might just be a chunky style of a horse. His first up effort at Kembla was probably okay. He was worse in midfield and wide, and he couldn't really go on from it, beaten 9 lengths, but he comes right back in grade here, obviously to the country, and getting barrier 2 I think can help him improve. He has run some good races in the past, but his overall form is quite mixed. The 7 and 8 is scratched, so we go to the 9 Polands for Marie Hopkins and Emily, claiming 2 kilos. She's been good all prep since joining Marie's stables. Her last 2 starts have probably been her plainness of the prep, but I thought she has had excuses both times. At Gilgandra, she got a long way back and actually ran on okay late. And then last start, she was quite wide at Bathurst and finished off okay to run 5th. So from a soft draw, the addition of visors for the first time, I think she can be at her best, which would be good enough to do something here. The Teddy scratch, so we go the 11, Sidoni, having her first run with Russell Hogan, was formerly with Paul Fakuri. Her last start went to Braidwood and was able to run 2nd. The form last preparation definitely isn't hopeless, so I don't think she's out of this. And the last of our runners is the 12, Bedouin Bear, at start 44 today for Jack Van Duren and Holly Doonan picking up the ride. He's had plenty of chances, as I just mentioned. He usually gets back and doesn't find a lot, which is what sees him still a maiden at this stage of his career. He looks lovely though, and he's nice and relaxed alongside the pony. We've got a new favourite here in the 4, Houdini Spirit, who's now into $2.50. Condominium on the drift slightly to $2.60. Another horse on the drift, but not without a chance, is Aqua Tempo, now out to $6.50. You mustn't have had her very long, but how's she settled in?
You know, she settled in good into our trainer program. We haven't done a whole lot with her, just a couple of little light gallops at home. We never gave her any jump outs, but she come pretty forward. She kind of looked like she was ready to go to the races when she turned up, so we just backed off her a little bit. A lot of swimming, so we'll get a bit of a guide off today.
I imagine Karai has had a bit to do with her at track work, but what have you instructed her to do?
Yeah, not totally sure. She showed a lot of gate speed in her previous runs in Queensland, so I presume she'd be going forward. Hopefully 1 or 2 can go out in front and we can just slot in behind. I thought there was probably 1 or 2 that will go really quick in it, and the rest will probably just average speed, so I thought we probably should find a reasonable spot for barrier 10 if it all pans out how I think it will.
Expecting a forward shot.
Yeah, hope so.
And in race 7, you've got Quadratic, the second of your 2 runners. Well, first up, she gave the jockey a torrid ride, but it's forced back to the trials and you fiddled around with the gear and she tried a lot better.
Yeah, Gotchi's been hard work this prep. There's been so much going on in her head. We had her last prep and she never fired, but she ran okay races, and I thought after a good spell, this prep is where she'd really stand up. And track work's been faultless, but she's going to the races, also they stepped back. She was meant to go to Parks first up and kicked in the float and cut her back leg, so she was late scratching on vet's advice, and then we had to go down to the Sapphire Coast to then get pulled up out of the race. So it's been a very messy prep, but I'm hoping she can start put it together today.
All right, good luck with both of them, Matt.
Thank you.
I mentioned a new favourite though. I don't think Aqua Tempo is certainly without a chance, but on the drift. But a horse that has seen good support here is our new favourite, Houdini Spirit, into $2.30. Condominium on the drift out to $2.90. Aqua Tempo is right out to $7.50 now. Lonova has been $7.50 to $8. Machination has been $7.50 to $10. Poland's $18 to $23. Sidoni right out to $71, and Bedouin Bear, our outsider, at $81. We're 48 seconds behind start time now, but not quite all loading. I'm with the 2 here, Condominium. As I said, I liked her debut effort last preparation. I thought she was a very raw mare, and I think she could have only benefited from a spell. Being trained around this track is always a bonus, and I think should be hard to beat. In for second, I'd put the 4, our new favourite, Houdini Spirit. Well, did run second at the track and distance 2 starts ago. Our likely leader that will take running down. In for third, I put the 5, Aqua Tempo. The barrier is the only thing that really put me off, but she appeared a hard trying filly that I think can definitely be competitive here if she gets the right run. And in for fourth, I put the 3, Machination. I thought it's definitely come back a bit sharper, and the stable obviously thought enough of him to take him to town at his first. ever starts. I think he probably goes a little bit better than what he's shown, but Houdini's Spirit will start our $2.25 favourite now. It's been really good support. Was $3.80 this morning and actually opened up $5. So on that, while they're all starting to load, we're a minute, nearly 2 minutes behind start time, but I'll head up to Anthony Mountain.
Sidoni, so across from Griffith, one of the journey of Nick Still three below. Condominium, Old Bedouin Bear, and Aqua Tempo. So 3 to come forward. 2:30 about the 4. Standing Spirit and 3:10 about Condominium. She's been easy. Condominium, he was favourite. This is her coming into the gates. Bedouin Bear, the veteran. About to come forward, Old Bedouin. Lining up for start 44 today. Still a maiden. Aqua Tempo, the last one. Dale and Hitchcock maiden handicap 1200 metres. Houdini's Spirit is the favourite. The Laurel Oak colours on. Gary Portelli and Molly Burke. On Aqua Tempo. 3 minutes behind start time, but there was no delay on for what's taken so long to get these horses into the gates. So, Aqua Tempo. There was something dropped on the track and it didn't okay, thank you, Grant. That was the reason why we had a delay. So there was something on the track that needed to be corrected. It's just getting back now. More reports. Red light. So we're right to go. Dale and Hitchcock maiden, favourite Houdini's Spirit. Ready? They're off. Oh, broke very well Houdini's Spirit. It flew out of the gates. Straight to the front from Condominium, who comes across into second. Aqua Tempo got the third. Collins is in fourth position. And then came Sidoni and Bedouin Bear. Machination is back second last, and Lon Hanover is the last one. Houdini's Spirit's in front. Condominium a length away second. Aqua Tempo got to third. Sidoni fourth. Bedouin Bear fifth. Then came Collins. They're followed by Lon Hanover and Machinations, the last one. Houdini's Spirit led from Condominium. And the two favourites at the 600 metres. They're a length and a half to Sidoni. And then Aqua Tempo, Bedouin Bear, Pollens, Lon Hanover and Machinations, the last one. Houdini's Spirit turns at the 400. But Condominium right up alongside. Sidoni third. And then came Aqua Tempo. Houdini's Spirit turns in front from Condominium. At the cutaway, there's a length between them. Houdini's Spirit going well. Condominium can't go with it for the moment. Aqua Tempo up to third. Houdini's Spirit's in front from Condominium, trying to get its second wind, and it's doing so. Houdini's Spirit, Condominium. Aqua Tempo will get the pair of them. Yep. Aqua Tempo will win from Houdini's Spirit, and flushing home late was Lon Hanover. And they were followed then by Pollens, and further back to Condominium. Just couldn't quite see it out there the last little bit. They were followed by Bedouin Bear, Sidoni and Machination always last. Aqua Tempo will win. Number 5, Aqua Tempo for Matt Kelly will arrive right in time here to nail Houdini's Spirit. And third, Condominium or Lon Hanover up along the inside. I reckon the 5 will arrive in time though. We're standing by for the photo to be confirmed. Looks like 5 from 4 and a photo. Numbers to be confirmed, but Karaya Keatings and Matt Kelly look like they've arrived in time with Aqua Tempo, the filly by Headwater. Start number 7, that'll be win 1 with 3 minors. 4, Houdini's Spirit, Molly Burke, Gary Portelli, they're going by Harry Angel. Start number 8.
Oh, it's been a good pickup. You've had quite a bit of success in recent times with these tried horses.
Yeah, no, actually it's Dad's horse. He bought it, and I'm just getting some miles under his legs for him, so it's good to get a win off the board. I should get some nice Christmas presents after that.
All right, this is what's going on. This is a 1400 meter maiden again. Now, if we look at the advantage that is there, is definitely with 5. Okay. Now, this is how it has been laid out. So that's the linear. The 4 is the linear. It's 0 risk, highest dev, best management, but it lacks this side of the rail, but they're tailing. Now that's there, right? 5 has the strongest. Next comes in 11, which lacks this side of the rail, and is a 79% drift. So I don't know what that will do. 7 is in good hands. They kind of with the management as well, though they're drifting, but it's probably they're working on it. And that's 7. 1 is in the best hands. 1 is in the best hands, the second highest dev. The favorite is 9. Okay. Now, if we look at 9, it's not from the lowest, not from the largest. It's the favorite because of some reason which I am not aware of. It's in good hands. We can see the CNF, but is it the largest CNF? No. 1 is the largest CNF. Then it is 4. Then it is 13, and then it is 9. So, honestly speaking, it's a hodgepodge race. This 4 is good, but it doesn't have the physics to win this race. These people will have to actually, though it's got the dev, it's got everything that it needs. It's well prepared. The 4 is well prepared, but it lacks physics majorly. It lacks physics majorly. And that's one of the things that is there. So the advantage line is with 5, 11, 7, and 1. 9 is nowhere there. 9 is here. If we look at that, then the 3 comes in, but 85% drift. So again, this thing can play any direction. The last one, if we compare with the last one, 4 and 10, all right. So that was the linear, had the rail support on both sides, and then the 10. Here, 4 and 5, it's the same situation, but it lacks the rail support here. Is it a good horse? It's a good horse, but it has got just one race with it. Just one race. Hobby. Welcome back, hubby. 7. Hubby, 7 probably has the best jockey.
Aaron Bullock with the steer.
Yeah, most of the 5 career starts and yet to be placed. He hasn't been far away all preparation. He led here last start. Thought he was a touch vulnerable late behind Blue Tongue, where he was beaten 4.5 lengths. I like the fact that he comes back in trip. He comes back to 1,400 metres. I probably would have liked to have seen him come back a little bit further in trip, but he's always a relaxed customer in the yard. You can see him there on screen. He's wandering about, not concerned about anything, and he'll give plenty of cheek up on top of the speed here today with the rail out.
2 comes out. Let's have a look at the 3. Dance, Dance, Dance. Darren Tracy, Casey Abbott.
He's first up off 2 trials. He was placed in his latest. His only placing has come at 1,800 metres. He resumes a gelding today. They've put the blinkers on, but I suspect he'll need further than what he finds himself in here today. He's presented nicely with a little bit of improvement to come.
The 4, More Cash, about to step out for his second race start. Mitch Bell, Grant Buckley.
Yeah, I thought he was good on debut. That was at the Sapphire Coast. He finished a distant third. He looks like a horse that'll take good benefit from the outing. There's a little bit more depth than what he finds himself in here today, but I did notice there'd been a bit of market support for him this morning. He looks as though he'll be a horse that'll be better suited next preparation when he's had time to finish, but he can certainly win this race here.
We get down to 5, which is Oh Dear for Adam Duggan. And the replacement rider here is Alicia Collett, taking over from Keegan Latham. Alicia, of course, kicked home the first winner, so looking for an early dub.
She's a lightly raced 4-year-old mare by Spieth. She's had the 3 career starts to this preparation. She made a long wide run at Wyong last start. Thought she was stuck on okay. That was behind Ivana, where she was beaten just over a length. Don't know how strong the form is going to be out of that race, but I think getting onto the big track will certainly help her chances. She's at the peak of her condition today, third up, and the team couldn't have her presented in any better condition.
Mitch and Desiree Carney train the 6, Share the Joy. Reece Jones on board.
She's the most experienced galloper of the field. She's had the 17 starts with the 5 minor placings. She's been placed 3 from her last 5 starts, and 2 of those have been at provincial grade. She was back and wide throughout Ascot last start, where she finished a distant third. She was beaten around 5 lengths. If she could reproduce that, that'd be good enough to give her a place chance. Just find she's been in suitable races and hasn't been able to get the job done, but she's nice and fit and drawn to get the right run in transit.
7, Hooray On for the Adarts. Ash Morgan is your rider.
She improves each time she steps out. She looked the winner at the top of the straight at Bathurst last start. She was just grabbed late to be beaten a length. She was probably tiring about 50 metres out. She raced in restricted room. Beautiful barrier for her here today. She's another one that's at the peak of her condition now. 4 solid runs under her belt, and I can certainly see her running a race here and what is not a very strong maiden at provincial grade.
9 is Thursane. Chris Lee's Andrew Gibbons.
She's had a mixed preparation. She's been accepted on a few occasions and drawn wide. She's had 3 starts this preparation and hasn't drawn better inside 9. So she finally draws a barrier here today. She was back and wide throughout Atari. That was 9 days ago, where I thought she acquitted herself well, beaten 3 lengths behind Rosella. She gets the home track advantage here today. That's the best she's paraded. I think she can run nicely.
Spent some money on course here for 10, Tokyo Queen. Trials have been good. Fabio Martini and Louis Boseland.
Yeah, she's obviously having her first day at the races today. She was placed in the latest trial. That was at Warwick Farm, where she finished 3rd. She was beaten a length and a half. She was ridden along to find the line, but I thought she responded okay. Quite a lightly framed filly, so she wouldn't take a lot to come to hand. Haven't got her in the mix, but I certainly couldn't say no if you like her.
I was making a bit of a case for the 11 Preferred Diamonds here for the Adarts. Winona Costin takes the ride, strawn soft.
Yeah, lightly raced mare in her first racing preparation. She's just improved nicely as the campaign's gone on. Liked her efforts last start at one. That was in the same race in Varna. She was beaten just under a length. She's drawn to get the right run in transit here today. I think she's a mare on the way up. She's another one I could definitely see running well at what is a big price at $18.
And the only other runner in the field is the 13 Lucky Star, Claire Lever, Chad Lever.
Putting batter on okay here first up. He'll take a nice natural improvement from the outing. Nice and relaxed on the side of the pony. Just feel he needs a lot of luck from the wide barrier and finds a stronger race today.
Okay, let's look at the runners lining up here in the second event at Newcastle. A maiden plate over the 1,400 metres, where 9 Thursane is the favourite. $5 into $4, attracting some support. Similar story for the 4 More Cash, who's $8 into $5, just out to $5.50 at the last call. 1 Alfred at $5.50. Out to 7, back into $6. There's been a little bit of money for 5 Oh Dear, $6.50 into $6. The ever consistent Share the Joy is $7 into $6.50, and then you're out to 7. Hooray On $5.50 to $7.50. 10 Tokyo Queens $9.50 out to $10 with the tab. I did get into as tight as $8 on course. So there has been a little bit of support around for that filly. 11 Prefer Diamonds, 21 into 19. Then you've got 13 Lucky Star, 23 out to 26, and 3 Dance 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 is the outsider. 26 out to $31. So an intriguing race in prospect here. This second event at Newcastle. Thursday the favourite in a full point from the morning call. $5 into $4 holds the call at this stage. But punters in a few different camps. One of the more open races on the program today. Our favourite 9 Thursdays had 4 starts for 4 fourth place finishes. The latest run there at Taree on the 9th of February. Finished 4th behind Rosella, only beaten just over 3 lengths after covering plenty of ground there from an outside gate. Prior to that, it finished 4th at Port Macquarie by Jamaica. Again, had drawn quite poorly and ran on okay to be beaten around 6 lengths. So she's obviously going to appreciate getting a better draw and coming back to a home track today.
Yep, she certainly is. Chris Lees joins me. Chris, this filly, she finally draws a barrier.
Yeah, she's been desperate for a nice gate, which we've got today, and I think we've certainly an advantage hit it over the rail out, so we'll try and utilise the inside draw and put her into the race early. From there, let Andrew ride his race, but she's progressing nicely and gets a chance today.
Yeah, I've been following her throughout the campaign. You've obviously had to scratch her a couple of times from wide barriers, and then you've been forced to run. I thought there was plenty of merit in her run last up.
There was. She got back and was caught wide, but she still finished the race off. So just with a softer draw and hopefully an easier run in transit, that'll hopefully turn things around.
Oakford Prince race 4. Thought he was pretty unlucky last up.
Yeah, he just he was saving ground and the run's closed. Probably a similar type of run, although we'll try and just hold a spot in that first few. And from there, he'll get his chance. He's racing consistently and he hasn't had a lot of luck or preparation.
Good luck with both.
Cheers.
All right, we're only 90 seconds off the start time here for the second event at Newcastle. Our favourite is the locally trained galloper Thursday at $4. Who have we got on top, Mel?
Yeah, I'm with him. Thursday, 9, 7, 1 and 6. Like I said, been with her on a few occasions, preparation. She's drawn wide. She finally gets a barrier. I don't think she finds an overly strong maiden here today. That's the best I have seen her parade, and she gets the home track advantage today. Horain, she's been improving each time she steps out. Thought she looked the winner last start. Perhaps she was just hampered in between runners. Just looking at it physically, she's not an overly big filly, so she really wouldn't have appreciated the hustle and bustle over the final stages. Top weight Alfred, he'll give plenty of cheek out in front, and the 6 Share the Joy. She's a model of consistency and has the race experience. 9, 7, 1 and 6.
They're moving forward here for this second event. I've gone 11, 6, 9.
I wanted to go with a 1 and 5 Queen. John, welcome back. I wanted to go with a 1 and 5 Queen, but I'll just wait and watch. It's 1 and 5 is strong, but I don't know that 4 is there.
6, 9 and 1. So we're just about on start time for this second event.
Yeah, I thought the track played really good in the first. Obviously, small field, first 2 round the bend were the first 2 over the line, but they were no doubt the best horses in the race. Perhaps we'll get a little bit more of a guide here with a little bit bigger field then.
It's Phil Roberts for the call race 2.
Tokyo Queen eventually consents to going in. Star comes up. And the last will be Dance, Dance, Dance. Casey Adams bringing Dance, Dance, Dance into line. And the starter has them. There's the red light. Race 2 Newcastle ready. Attendant moving in with one near the centre. Oh dear, a little bit fractious. Lets them go this time. No deals away with the Dance, Dance, Dance out the back early. Tokyo Queen and Preferred Diamonds with Orion all the way well. Thursday being allowed just to drift back in the early part. Alfred and Lucky Star are going forward. We've got a keenly contested lead. More Cash is going up into that leading pack as well. So Thursday now gets back to second last, and Dance, Dance, Dance is back at the tail. 1,000 metres out, we've got a line of 3, now a line of 2. As Oh Dear crosses over and goes to the lead. Lucky Star tracked it over, now goes to second. Third, the inside Tokyo Queen, and then more Cash. followed next by Alfred, who may be up 3 wide at that point around Preferred Diamonds. And also in the centre, as they make their way down the side, is Share the Joy. 2 lengths away, there came first aim out, filling out 3 wide in their pack. 2 lengths away was Orion. And back at the tail is Dance, Dance, Dance. Coming to the bend, 450 metres out. Oh Dear is the leader. Second on the outside, Lucky Star, and Alfred is striding up, putting itself into the race now. They were followed by More Cash, the same to the outside with Dance, Dance, Dance and Orion. And further back then came Preferred Diamonds. In the home running, 250 metres out. Alfred got to the lead. Oh Dear got an inside run to give chase. Joining in, though, is Share the Joy and Thursane likewise, and Dance, Dance, Dance down the outside. Share the Joy hit the lead, but Dance, Dance, Dance grabs it late, and Dance, Dance, Dance has defeated Share the Joy. Preferred Diamonds got third, fourth in Alfred, then Thursane, followed by Tokyo Queen, well back for Ryan. Further back was More Cash in company with Lucky Star, and Oh Dear finished last. Okay, so it looks like our winner will be 3 Dance, Dance, Dance at a massive price. $41.60 and $8.10 will beat 6 Share the Joy. Another placing for that galloper. And Preferred the Diamonds. He didn't have much luck. Jumped as one of the leads, got shuffled back to near last turning for home and ran into plenty of dead ends and scored a podium finish. We stand by for that 4th number, but a surprise result in race number 2.
Yeah, he resumed a gelding today. Dance,
John, you got the 11 on EW.
But gee, he was strong through the line to defeat the ever consistent Share the Joy. Prefer the Diamonds is the horse I want to follow out of the race. She ran a race in patches. She's still learning a craft. You could argue she should have finished much closer. And Thursane had a tough run throughout and has battled on for 4th position.
Another 4th place finish for Thursane. 5 fourths in 5 starts. 3, 6, 11 and 9. Let's head to Kilcoy.
Welcome back to the second of Kilcoy. This will be a 3-year-old maiden over the 1,200 metres, and Anthony Collins' lines back in good order.
Yeah, honestly, John, the entire thing is a very dicey thing that happened.
We did hear Damo, and
The entire race is questionable. So getting blocked, that 11 was there, but I'll show you what is here. So if we look at the relaxations that have been given, all right, so the relaxations, definitely 11 is relaxed, 5 is relaxed, 1, 13, all that is relaxed, all right. 9 is within the midfield. The 3 was not relaxed. And if we talk about 3, then that's how it looks, bro. Two, 12, 13 scratched.
Good maiden 1460 here. Got quite a few horses that are in it amongst our main chances stepping back from the mile. One of them is our favourite and ideally, but the first horse we'll look at is the one Dashing Power, who's fresh off an 11-week let up for Greg Stevens and Billy Owen. He's a gelding who I thought would have won a maiden by now. He's at start 22 and he has showed glimpses of ability, but I suppose overall his form is a little bit hit and miss. He has placed at the track and distance though, and fresh eye and imagining him to have a bit of speed. And if he can take up the lead here, I think that gives him his best chance. The two is Flash Piper for John L. Morrison and Molly Burke taking the ride. He's an 8-year-old gelding that's still a maiden at start 26 today. He has been well beaten in most of his career runs. His last two, they have taken him to town, so he will appreciate coming back to country and he gets the addition of blinkers again, but happy to wait and see if he can do more. The three is our favourite, Idyllic, for Gratzfeller and Damon Butler. He's been knocking on the door all preparation. This has been his first prep with Gratz. He was formerly in Queensland where he ran some good races too. As I just mentioned earlier, in his last few starts, he's been racing over the mile and he just keeps running into one a little bit better than him. So he's very fit coming back to the 1460. He's got a bit of speed to be handy here in a race with not a lot of early tempo. And with the addition of blinkers again, I think it sees him hard to beat. The 4 is Our George for Joe Cleary and Jimmy Ennis. His second up, he was a beaten favourite at Braidwood first up, but he jumps to the 1460 from the 1,000 metres, and that could certainly help him here at his home track. The 5 is Sun O'War for Gunter Sukes and Michael Hagney. He ran second last start at Braidwood over the 1350. They had brought him right back in distance after being well beaten 3 runs prior over the 2,000 metres. And it did see him improve, although it was back in grade. He looks really well and he's up on his toes in the yard. He's starting to get a little bit warm, but if he can repeat what he did at Braidwood last start, this is not a very strong tab race. He could certainly improve here. The 6 is Suspicious Time for Darryl Rolfe and Holly Dernan, claiming 1.5 kilos. He's been racing quite well, particularly his last start at the Sapphire Coast, where he got back to last, and he ran on really well to run third there, finishing just behind Idealic, who ran second in that race. I could probably argue that Suspicious Time was finding the line a bit better than Idealic, our favourite too. However, back to the 1460, Suspicious Time will probably be further back in the run here, but I expect him to be strong late. The 7 and 8 are out, so we go to the 9, Sworn to My Mission, another horse in the market here. For Mike Petrovic and Pierre Boudeville, she's racing very consistently this preparation. Her last start at Queanbeyan, she actually beat Idealic home, coming from back last over the mile and running on well to run second. She's been fresh in 3 weeks and comes back to the 1460, but another one that just being back in the field may be looking for the mile. The 10 is Bubble Tea for Gary Kirkup and Jack Martin picking up the ride, placing Paddy's scores here. Her early form for the last preparation was quite good. She always looked like she'd be a filly that would win a race quite quickly. When they spelled her and returned her, and her 2 runs back were fair early. And then last start, she showed a bit of improvement at Nowra over the 1100 to find the line okay there. I think the step up in distance looks ideal for her. And if she can find the line like she did over the 1100 over the 1460, as she finds the right race to improve. The last of our runners is the 11, Too Good to Be a Cod for Scott Jamieson and Kariah Keatings, who won our last race here, claiming 1.5 kilos. She's racing quite well this time around, albeit in slightly easier grade, but this is not a very strong tab race, so I think she's well placed here, particularly from the good draw, to be competitive. Our favourite is Idealic, $3 now, and just a moment ago, before the jockeys got aboard, I caught up with his rider, Damon Butler. Damon, you do a fair bit of riding for Gratz, and you've got a good book of rides today, 3 of them for him. You kick off here in race 3 with our favourite Idealic. Horse you've had a lot to do with. What have you made of him?
Yeah, look, he's come to us a real rare bit, and he seems to have settled down into it. He gets the blinkers today. Pretty even kind of race, I thought, and he's going to have every chance to move that way with the cutaway.
Have you worked him at home with the blinkers again?
He hasn't actually, so it'll be a surprise factor today. I don't think it's going to bother him. He's had them on before. I've watched his replay, so I think it'll come from just off for him today and be strong late.
And he comes back from the mile, which will see him fit. Do you think it will see him dour at all over the 1460?
I don't think so. Gratz is freshening him right up, so he'll be good to go today.
And in race 6, you ride Crucial Witness. She's been terrific all preparation, particularly at Queanbeyan. We couldn't get a hold of her Braidwood replay, but you were there. What did you make of her run?
Yeah, look, she had plenty of excuses at Braidwood. A lot of horses did. She's pretty consistent over here at Queanbeyan, and I look forward to her, to be honest.
And in the last race, Good Prize. He's been pretty good.
Yeah, Good Prize drops back in grade today. Drawn to get every chance too, so I think he's got 61 today, so that'll be his only factor. He's a little bloke, but expect him to be strong late.
Good luck with all of them.
Thanks, Kayla.
And with our favourite, the 3 Idealic, hard to have a lot of confidence in horses when they're still maidens. Had over 10 starts, I suppose, and had every chance a few times, but this is certainly a race with not a lot of depth. I was happy to hear Damon's comments that he's been freshened right up at home, because that's probably my only concern coming back from the mile, but I thought he'd be ahead of his main chances from his soft draw with the addition of blinkers again, and with fitness on his side, I think that will seem hard to beat. In for second, I put the 9, Sworn to My Mission. She's really getting close to a win. She'll just be a little bit further back than our favourite here in the run, but she'll probably, she has the potential to be stronger than him late. She was last time they met when she ran second and he ran third, so I'd be waiting for near the line. In for third, I put the 6, Suspicious Time. Another horse that brings idyllic form, went to the line with idyllic last start at the Sapphire Coast, finishing third when he ran second. But once again, he will probably be a little bit further back in the run than him, but he will be another one that will be strong late here. And in for fourth, I put the 10, Bubble Tea. I'm surprised she's still a maiden. I thought she certainly threatened to win a race pretty quickly early on in her career, and then has definitely gone off the boil a little bit, but I thought her last run at Nowra was a bit more encouraging, and the step up to in distance, looks suited to her. If she runs it out strongly, I think she can be strong late here. So 3, 9, 6, 10 for me. Idyllic is now into $2.90. Was $3.20 this morning. Sworn to My Mission, our second favourite, has been $3.60. Touch $3.40, got back out to $3.60. Too Good to Be a Cod, who's racing well for Scott Jamieson at $6, but did open up $11 and saw a bit of support straight away yesterday. Bubble Tea has been $17 to $9.50 this morning into $8, so sent a bit of support too. Suspicious Time, a little bit of a drifter. $7 out to $9. Dashing Power has been $10 to $11. Sun O' War $14 to $19. Our George $23 to $26, and Flash Piper outsider at $101. Horses I'd make mention of from a yard perspective. I thought two best looking ones. One of them, the one at the top, the one Dashing Power, I thought he paraded really well off the back of an 11-week freshen up. So he was up on his toes. He looked really healthy, as a lot of Greg Stevens horses often do. So if you're looking for a horse with a little bit of value, he's had plenty of chances. But if he can find his way to the front here, looking as well as he does, I give him a bit of a chance. And I thought Bubble Tea was another horse that paraded well. Not a lot of speed in this race, which I think, as I just mentioned, we'll see Dashing Power possibly find the front. He is a horse that's shown a bit of early speed in a few of his starts. Prior to a spell, he was getting back a little bit, but maybe just a bit dour at the end of his preparation. Ideally, hopefully, won't be too far away from that soft draw with the addition of blinkers again. And with fitness on side, I'd be looking for hopefully a bit of an urgent early ride. Our George can probably roll forward, and outside of that, not a whole lot of speed. So not a race with a whole lot of depth here to kick off race 3, but Idyllic is our $2.50 favourite now. So nearly all loaded. We'll head up to Anthony Mann.
Come forward. Okay, Simon, last one delayed here. Flash Piper. Cross down the Flash Piper. Right to go for the tab blood. Country justified. Ideally, it's the favourite. Pink and white checks with the light blue sleeves. Damon Butler. Ransvilla. Close. They're off. Ideally, came out about third last and Sworn to My Mission. The second favourite was a clear last and ridden aggressively early out. George, Bubble Tea, and Too Good to Be a Cod, the first three to begin. Dashing Power sliding across now to a clear second. Might push on. Sun O' War. Then came Idyllic in the second half of the field from Suspicious Time, Sworn to My Mission, and Flash Piper's the last one. The local in front, George. Out George by a length and a quarter here to Dashing Power second at the 1,000 metre point. Then came Too Good to Be a Cod, who then leaders back in third, and Bubble Tea fourth, and then came Idyllic, who's poking through between runners. It's in fifth position and forced Bubble Tea 3 wide, and now up outside the leaders. Then came Sun O' War, who's racing sixth on the 3 wide line from Suspicious Time, Sworn to My Mission, and Flash Piper's the last one. So our George 600 to go, Dashing Power and Bubble Tea. Who's flushed out there 3 wide. Too Good to Be a Cod's right behind those. Idyllic as they come towards the home turn, and then came Sworn to My Mission from Sun O' War dropping out. Flash Piper and Suspicious Time, one of the last, has cut the corner. At the cutaway, 300 to go. Out George, Dashing Power, Too Good to Be a Cod on the far side. Idyllic's got to the outside and starting to run on. Too Good to Be a Cod, though, slipped through underneath the ball. The 150 dashed away. Idyllic ran to second, but the bird's flown. It's off and gone, and it's Too Good to Be a Cod. Too Good to Be a Cod beat Sworn to My Mission, came through the pack to run second. Idyllic third. Every hope in the world, the favourite. And they were followed then by Suspicious Time, and further back they were out George. And then came Sun O' War, Dashing Power, Bubble Tea, Flash Piper. Too Good to Be a Cod, number 11, the winner.
This is what's going on. So it's at 1250, which is approximately 1300 meters. It will not play. That's how it is. So if now the thing is, that 6 is the best management. It is the second in line from the advantage. The advantage is with this guy, which is horse number 9, which is a 5-year-old mare coming from gate number 10. They're pretty new here, and it's a benchmark 64, and I think it's a benchmark 64. Yes, it's a benchmark 64. So it's not going to, it's that 11 is there, okay? That 11 is there. Now, if we look for the stuff that is going on, that 6 is going to run neutral. It is the best hands, all right? It's going to run neutral. The 5 is the favorite. It is there. It's there, but honestly, winning chance, I don't know whether it can win. It doesn't look like it can win with the stuff that is going on now. And this 9 is gate number 10. The tailing gate would be 9. With that kind of an outer drift, it's a 450, 15. It's a 415 meter straight. So that's the outer drift. And the other gate is gate number 7, gate number 8 with that 7-year-old gilding. Now, the 9 comes from gate number 10. It's a good horse, but what might work or what might not work here? The 6 is going to run neutral, but it's the best management, best handicapping, all that is there. But this is not a horse to run neutral. This is not a horse to run neutral. They probably also have the best jockey, but that's not a horse to run neutral. If that horse runs neutral, that 11 has upper hand, which is a 7-year-old gilding. So possibilities that can happen is that 7 with that drift will take it, following which 9 and 11. 5 and 6, these two are tailing gates, okay? They're from the midfield, probably. Yes, they're from the midfield. They do have advantage. It is not that they do not have advantage. This one is there. It's good. But if you look at the body balance on this horse, the 7 is better. And the weight is more on that 5-year-old mare. So we'll look at them at the paddock and take a call. I definitely like the 7.
Yeah, he's an interesting runner, isn't he? He's first up off one trial at Gunnedah where he finished third, beaten 2 lengths. He was ridden along in his trial. He gets the addition of blinkers. The blinkers and the tongue tie, I should say, come off today. He's a horse that races well fresh. He looks like he's done enough work at home. The query is, it's been well over 3 years since he's won a race, so we haven't seen the best of him for some time, but he's presented nicely in the yard. I'll be happy just to watch and see how he goes today.
The 3 stars and bars, it can be a little bit hard to catch. Has had the benefit of a couple of runs back from a spell now for the Addards. Benjamin Osman will claim 2.
Yeah, I've no doubt he's got the ability if he puts his best foot forward. He's had 2 runs back after having 8 months off the scene. He was quite one-paced at Warwick Farm last That was over 1,000 metres. So he steps up to 1,250 today. He comes back in grade with a claim, and he is a horse that generally improves deeper on into the campaign. He's a horse that's raced well here in the past, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him show some improvement here today.
Wondering if we might see some improvement from horse number 4, Peak. There's been good support here on course, $21 into $13 already. Adam Duggan, Andrew Gibbons.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see him run some type of race. I thought his run here 2 runs ago on the Beaumont was a pass mark behind Spicy Hot Pot. He was beaten 2.5 lengths on a day where it was difficult to make ground. He then went to Canterbury last start. Again, he got back. It was hard to make ground. He was beaten around 6 lengths. So back in grade today, he gets the addition of blinkers. He's drawn to get the right run in transit. 2 of his 3 wins have been here, but it is a long time since he's won a race also.
We go down to 5 Divine Vicky, our favourite at around about that $3 mark. She's a get back type. Matthew Smith, Rebecca Bonnet, Craig claims through.
Yeah, convinced she's the mare with the most upside. Haven't seen her this preparation, but she's really developed since the last time I saw her. She's holding good condition. She's really thickened up over the hindquarter area. Her run was fantastic at Warwick Farm last start. That was in a benchmark 72 for the apprentices. She had to go a long way back from the gate, but she worked home nicely to be beaten 3/4 of a length. She comes back in grade today. I'd say we'll have to go back from the barrier. Encouraging signs to see the winner of our previous race come from last, and I think she'll be the run-on horse.
Matt Griffith has been having a good run with his horses. He prepares the 6 Medina here. Brave Knob will take 2 off.
His first start off long trial. He was beaten 5 lengths in his trial. He got back. He wasn't asked to do a lot. He was basically out just to stretch his legs. He looks immaculate. He looks like he's done enough work at home. He was a winner first up last preparation, but it was at 1,400. It's just a matter of if he's sharp enough to be effective at 1,250 metres. He's yet to win under 1,400.
We go down to horse number 7, Ollie's Secret, Jan Bowen, Ash Morgan.
He's deep into his campaign. He continues to parade well. He's holding his condition beautifully. He's been a model of consistency. He's been place 3 from his last 4 starts. Good to win at Tamworth last start, where he got the right run in transit to defeat Deep Rouge. She's come out to run well since. I'd say that he'll push forward from the gate in a race that it doesn't look to be a lot of tempo, and I'm certain he'll run another honest race today.
One of the more interesting horses lining up here is the 8 Falazzo. I couldn't get it into my numbers, but
Avia 7 is good. I also like the 7, but I'm worried about that 11. Welcome back, Aviast.
She was placed in her latest at Kembla, where she was beaten half a length. She led that trial, and she was just held together down to the line. It's been a little while since we've seen her in the winner's circle, but she was contesting much stronger races than what she finds herself in here today. This looks like a starting point today, but she should run some type of race off the barrier trial.
The 9 is announcing Danielle's side, Molly Fitzgerald, will take 3 off here. She's been campaigning in highways and acquitting herself quite well.
Yes, she has. Her last 3 starts have been all in highway company. She was beaten 2.5 lengths 3 runs ago behind Sir Remlap in a tap highway. She went to Wyong 2 starts ago, where she was narrowly beaten behind Wilbury. And then she had to just give too much start at Randwick last start. She was beaten around 4 lengths. I'd say they'll go back again from the gate here today. She'll only carry the 53 kilos after the claim, and she enjoys these firm tracks.
The veteran is a 10 tough case. Jeremy Sylvester and Grant Buckley, probably getting up to the right distance now, but prefers a wet track.
Yeah, I agree. He's had 2 runs back. I thought he worked home nicely over the 1,150 metres here last start behind
1 and 8.
He steps up in grade with the senior rider going on, but I just prefer to see him when he can get his toe in the ground.
And Lemon Sky Banner.
Carrying huge weight, 67 kilograms.
On the 2 from 39. He possesses plenty of fitness. He's always a relaxed customer. In the yard today, he is no different. The claim helps, but his form's not good enough to be travelling some of the more favourite runners.
Okay, so let's look at the field here in race number 3 at Newcastle. 1,250 metres, the journey here of race number 3, a benchmark 64. Divine making the favourite at $2.90. You've got 9 announcing at $3.20 on the second line, and 7 Ollie's Secret just starting to get out now to $4. So punters probably thinking it might be a race in 3. Whether it pans out that way remains to be seen. Just going back to race number 2 on the program, taken out by one of the roughies in Dance, famed by Darren Tracy, who rugby league fans would be certainly remembering from back in the day. Played 208 first grade games for the Newcastle Knights. Knights and St George as well. St George Illawarra. And yeah, he was a powerhouse, wasn't he, back in the day as a rugby league player, and got his first winner today. So we congratulate him for that. And Dance looks to be in for a nice campaign. Justin Bowen is with Mel.
Well, Justin, Ollie's secret. So consistent.
This could be anything, 9-7 or 7-11. This could be anything between 9-7 or 7-11.
So it's taken time, but he's finally starting to reap the rewards for us.
You quite often see with the tie back surgery that just takes a little while to gain confidence.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, I think once
I don't know.
get that confidence now.
I have a very strong feeling on that 11, but I don't have clarity. I'm not going to get into it.
Sort of one of the people on the fresh side.
I don't have clarity. I'm not going to get into it.
So he's ready to make some hard price, but these are the right sort of races.
Why barrier today? You've got good tactics.
9 has a lot of advantage, Alfonso. Welcome to the channel, Alfonso. 9 has a lot of advantage, but it also has
Perfect, thank you.
disadvantage. So,
Down behind the starting gates here for.
and that 11 is with a huge advantage. Plus, it also has disadvantage. I have no clarity in this one. This is something that I don't want to get into it.
Tracy getting his first winner today with Dance. So who are you tipping here, Mel?
Yeah, really like Divine Vicky. Probably would have made her a best.
I don't want to get into it.
It's the way the tracks was going to play with the rail out. On 5-7-9-3, but clearly on top Divine Vicky. I think she's the best horse in the race. She's really developed this preparation, and she's well placed with the plane. 7 Ollie's secret. He'll be up on top of the speed. He's rock hard fit. He's been a model of consistency, all preparation. Announcing finds a slightly easier race for 9, and the 3 stars in bars is the improver in the race. 5-7-9-3.
Gary Harley agrees with you, making Divine Vicky his best bet of the day on Form 1 Extra last night. There's only a couple left to move up here. 3, 5, 7 and 9 wide late mail numbers. Thought stars and bars could improve here. Third run back from a spell up to the 1250 metres. Might be able to settle a little bit closer to the speed. Here's Phil Roberts for the call, race 3 Newcastle.
Board's gone into line. Here's Ollie's secret coming in. Medina resuming today, about to come up. And announcing will be the last. Ollie Fitzgerald riding for Danielle Seed. Announcing about to come in. 10 to run in the Diwali Yearlings. 5-year-old Numpwood's benchmark 64. Not a common condition for a race, but nonetheless, these older horses who perhaps had a few issues earlier in their careers, chance to race against their own age. Now, got one being backed out. It's Tough Case. So Tough Case has been backed out. Grant Buckley.
Yeah, gonna. Fingers crossed.
Winning day here on the weekend.
7 is good. 7 is very good.
Grant Buckley back aboard, just trotting up. Tough Case under the eye.
It's got the largest outer drift.
Shortly on fated Tough Case.
If the jockey is smart and doesn't goof up,
Buckley back in the winners list here on Saturday. Winning a couple of winners after that serious incident. Sidelined him for several months. Now about to get word through. Tough Case being trotted up towards the gate. Looks like Tough Case is going in. So Tough Case has gone back up into line. Last fit to run officially. It's back in the gates. Red light. Set to go. Away. Big near the inside was away fairly well. Camborne and the Stars and Bars were both away nicely, pushing others for Lance on the inside. So it makes a line of three in the early part. Nolly Sick was next, followed by Medina and Peak. And then Divine Vicky, Sky Banner quite wide into that first bend, announcing back second last on the inside. Tough Case goes back to the tail. Doesn't look to be a whole lot of pace on here as they head off the back down the side to the 800 metres. Camborne on top, narrowly over Ollie's Secret in close attendance. 2 lengths away, Stars and Bars on the outside of Palazzo. They're 2 of Medina, Peak the inside. Then Divine Vicky, followed by Announcing. Further back, Tough Case. And Sky Banner's now gone back to last. Under 600 metres left to go. They commence the swing. Camborne the leader. Ollie's Secret travelling nicely on the outside in second. 2 Palazzo, Stars in Bars. Peak to the outer. Followed next by Divine Vicky and Medina working home nicely down the outside. Announcing staying closer to the inside, looking for a split as they run towards the 250. Ollie's Secret got to the lead. Announcing gets the run. Medina coming home, as is Peak. Stars in Bars. Announcing got an inside run. Medina on the outside is challenging. Medina hit the lead from Stars in Bars, who fights back.
6.
Probably Medina out wide, narrowly over Stars and Bars. They're very wide apart. Peak in the centre.
6.
Followed by Ollie's Secret. Further back then Divine Vicky. Further back was Palazzo along the inside. Well back was Tough Case with Sky Banner. And Camborne about the last one in. So at double figure price, it looks
6,
like
9.
6 Medina out wide on the track. Got up in the nick of time to take out this third event at Newcastle. That's the 9, but closer to the inside there, Announcing. And the 4 is prominent there for third spot. That was Peak, who was back at a long price. So a rough result here following race number 3 at Newcastle. We'll flash up those placings as they become available.
Welcome back to Kilcoy for race number 3, the last of our maidens. This one over the 1900 metres.
So what happened? I thought that the neutral will not work, but the management on that horse was definitely something that kicked in. 9 was good. 9 was good, but they did not know what to do with it. Four, they're talking about 4, that 8-year-old gilding. The next one from gate number 1. I think John also spoke about either 1 or 4, 1 and 4 and 1 and 8. I don't remember, but that's an 8-year-old gilding. Stayed out of it. 4. Then what? The 6 and the 9. Six, 9, sport. 6, 9, 4 and 7. Eleven, 12, 13 scratched. Alfonso Lindo Kilcoy third 6. Very light as in? Alfonso, what do you mean by light? Carrying weight? Alfonso, are you talking about the carrying weight, the weight the horse is carrying, or the horse is light itself? Oh, you talking about the carrying weight?
Pretty much the type of weeks this.
is Anthracia for Paul Facuri and Pierre Boudevillin. She's third up. She was putting first up at Queanbeyan over the 900 metres. She was right up on the speed that day. Then last start she jumped awkward and it saw her get back in the field and she over-raced a bit and still finished off okay. That is quite typical of her. I've seen her be quite hard going in the past, so she'll need to do everything right here, but if she does, she's certainly not out of it. The 9 is Grady for Chris Hensler and Jade McKenzie, claiming 3. Season carry only 52 kilos. He was good breaking his maiden last start at Braidwood. This is obviously a step up for him, but with 52 kilos from the soft draw and a horse with early speed, it's hard to dismiss him. The 10 is Lucius for Darryl Rolfe and Holly Durnan, claiming 1.5 kilos. She's a mare that's first up here. Her best form is probably in slightly easier or over a little bit further, so I'm happy to see what she does first up here. The last of our runners is the 11, King Tap, Andrew Jenkin and his partner Nissa Burrell's riding. It's an 8-year-old gelding that's only 3 from 56 and he's probably just struggling at the tab meetings of late. And they all paraded quite well for a field of horses that are about to contest the 1,000-metre race. They're all relatively relaxed and not too warm here on what is quite a warm day. I've gone 2, 7, 3, 6. I'm with the 2 Ditterich and I've made him one of my best bets for the day, although the slight drift is slightly concerning. Look, I just think it's very honest gelding. I think he's racing really well. I think he deserves to have won more races than what he has. And I just think with this good speed, Jimmy has a few options with him and he can be strong late. From the 7, Snits and Strand, well, this horse will be strong late. If she's come back a little bit more sensible this time around, she should be able to settle midfield or so and could be hitting the line well from what we saw on her first start last preparation. In for third, I put the 3 up favourite Man of Brussels. He looked terrific in the yard and he is racing well. He had excuses when a beaten favourite last start. So with the right run here, he's got to be competitive. And in for fourth, I put the 6 Agony Aunt, another horse that I expect to be running on. This is our first leg of the quaddie here, race 4, with only the 7 races today. And this is the leg I went the shortest in, which, as I said, is slightly concerning seeing my horse in the drift here. I just went the 1 out and 2 Ditterich, so I could go a bit wider later on in what I thought were the harder legs. In the second leg, I just went 12, 11, 5, 9, and I threw in the 2, Brom Lake, our favourite. The third leg, I tried to shorten it up a little bit again. I've gone 3, 2, 4. And the last leg, I went 1, 6, 8, 12, and I threw in the 13, Call Me Artie. So I spent $75 for 100%. As I said a couple of times now, just leaving a few numbers out of this race has made me a little bit nervous now. But anyway, it's too expensive to show them all in. Our favourite is Man from Brussels. He's seen pretty good support. He opened up 380. He's been 340 into $3. He did touch 280 at one point, and he's just gotten out of touch here. Ditterich has been 270 to 310. Asia Pan has been 420 to 440. Agony Aunt has been $12 into $7. Snits and Strand 850 to 950. Better Sun $17 to $19. Anthracia at $19. Grady $51. Lucius first up at $81, and King Tad our outsider at 150 to 1. A horse that's definitely not out of it is Asia Pen. I caught up with his trainer Pat Murphy just earlier. Pat, you have a couple of good chances today, and one here in race 4 in Asia Pan. Maybe a little bit plain last start, but he didn't get through the heavy track cuts.
Yeah, maybe it was a boggy track. It raced that way, and even the jump outs the next day it raced that way. I walked it the day before, and I thought it'd probably be an improving track, but with those big storms and that soaking rain, it just sort of raced that boggy. So I'm hoping that he'll bounce back on top of that. Jay said it wasn't a bad run, but it wasn't obviously a good run either, because I thought he'd win that race. So, yeah, so a bit of both. So I'm hoping now I'm on top of the ground here and an improvement, go from there.
You pulled out well from it?
Sensational. Yeah, hence why we're here. In that quick back up, the 7th great week in the next race too. They both raced at the same meeting. So I'm hoping that, we went there with, great week sort of backed up here and there. He raced at Braidwood and then came into Goulburn and then, so I'm hoping that both appreciate that bit of a firmer track, and all reports and from everyone is the track's really well.
Just on great week, I give him a great chance at a big price in a tricky sort of race, but he's been racing terrific.
He is, and he is what he sees, and obviously people don't get to see what he did at Braidwood, but it was torrential rain, heavy 10, they come in 6 and 7s, hence why he pulled up good. I decided to race him again on the Tuesday, and he obviously held his own there really well, and Yeah, 2,000 metres is a little bit of question mark. Right, being a Frank, you think he would love it. Yeah, like, I want to see him do it over that distance, but we'll go. Jess has been riding him track work. She rode him at Wagga that day where he was not only beating that bit of a crazy apprentice race, but and she rode him good. Like, and to be fair to like Jess, she followed instructions and she did it well. And she would have been a genius if she got there and then one stuck up on the inside and beat her. And I think, yeah, and she knows the horse a bit now, and he just needs one of those horses. He's a bit cagey and needs a bit of encouragement, and I think she will suit him. So I'm excited about him. Good luck with both. Thank you so much.
And he's been on the trip slightly, 420 to 480 Asian Pan, but he was placed in the Newcastle Supermaiden over 900 first start, running second there, and then able to break his maiden at his next start off a wide run at Goulburn on top of the ground. As I mentioned last start, just struggled in those cuts and through that heavy going. So he does need to bounce back here, but if he can roll forward from that wide draw, which he will find a bit of pressure underneath him, but if he can get across and absorb it, he certainly has to be a good hope here. There will be a bit of speed underneath him, though, as I mentioned. Ditterich certainly won't be far away. Man from Brussels, drawn just inside. Ditterich was always handy enough, was very wide at Dubbo last start from that awkward draw, but from a slightly better draw. He can definitely be a bit closer in the run. Anthracia, if she jumped, she's a mare with really good speed. She was right up on the speed in a fast run 900 metre race when she won first start. And then, as I mentioned in the pre-parade, she was slow away last time, which saw her get back, but she's got good speed. If she jumps on par, could possibly take it up. And Grady is another horse with early speed and with only 52 kilos on his back and the benefit of barrier 2, he very likely will find the front too. So there'll be no shortage of speed here. Our favourite will be Man from Brussels, who is now $2.70. So we'll get up to Anthony Madness. They're all nearly loaded.
That's a good spot. King Tat. Bruffies. Walks forward. Agony Yard. Art Japan is the last one. So Art Japan takes up its spot. It's the All Bits Country Boosted Class 1. Final look at the board. Man from Brussels, the favourite. White jacket, purple stripes. Jack Martin for Michael Lynch across from Cowra. Now, just stand by. There might be some word coming through here regarding one of these. There's a horse cast. Take note, there's a horse cast. There'll be a delay. If you've got any commitments to fulfil, do it now. It's number 8. Anthracia. It's cast in the gates. So they'll need to get this out and then vet it. So if you've got your commitments to fulfil, do it now. So Anthracia. It's the one that got cast. Trained locally here by Paul Fakuri. Pierre Boudvilla under the saddle. We've got the horse out, so it didn't take them long to get it out. So she'll be vetted, but typically when they cast like that, it doesn't normally end well. I'll just stand by and see if we've got news from the vet. This horse goes for a little trot down the back of the chute. It'll be out, take note. This will be out, number 8, Anthracia. I'll get it confirmed and a time. So this is definitely coming out. Here's the time. 4:07. Thank you, Graham. 4:07, Vets Advice, number 8, Anthracia, late scratching. Field set. Man from Brussels, favourite. Late scratching the 8, Anthracia. Ready. They're off. Man from Brussels came away about midfield. Ditterich and 8 Japan, the first two to begin. Luscious into third and Grady fourth. Man from Brussels fifth, and then Better Sun sixth. Stetson Strand sliding through along the inside from King Tap in the light blue. And Agony Aunt is the last one. Down the side here, Luscious in front. Ditterich second, 600 to go. 8 Japan's in third. Party's in fourth. Man from Brussels fifth. Better Sun sixth, the rails. Stetson Strand is third, last. Agony Aunt second last, and the Bolter King Tat last. On the turn at the 300 here, Luscious in front. Ditterich took the corner a little awkwardly, but hit the front of the cutaway. So Ditterich by more than a length. 8 Japan giving chase. Man from Brussels down the outside and Grady on the far side. Ditterich in front, 150 to go, going well. It's Ditterich from 8 Japan. Man from Brussels can't get them. Ditterich in front. Ditterich beat 8 Japan second, third. Agony Art out wide, might snatch it in front of Man from Brussels. Grady on the far side, Better Sun, Snitson Strand. And then came King Tat, one more Luscious.
Well deserved victory there by Ditterich, and I'm still on quite luckily.
Right, this is what is going on here in this one. It's again a benchmark 64. And the odds are here 4157. 4 has the advantage on handicapping. It is the only linear on a 1400 meter, 1500 meter. That's the only linear. The rest everything is out adrift. Now, if we look at these 4 horses, which are among the top stuff going on now, firstly, we look at the advantages. That is definitely with 5. 5 is the only one probably within the solid rails. These are the same numbers. After this, it's all the same numbers. So it is not very reliable. 10 has the advantage. It lacks this side of the rail. And is it possible? Well, it is if we look at 10, where is 10 placed? 8 is here, then the next one in line is 7, 6. That's how it is. But the best hand here is this one, which is 1, with the one of the largest outer drift, and the management is also with them. Then it is 4. So 1 and 4. Now this thing, will it work? Here the 6 won, though it was running neutral, but it did win because of the management. It's only the management. It was not in a position to win. The advantage was with 9, and those people, they did not have the idea of the track dynamics. They did not push the button at the right time. Here, this is the same situation here. Is the same situation. That is a 7-year-old gelding, 1500 meter, carrying top weight, best on class management, but it does not have physics with it. It can win only if because of the people. It can only win because of the people. Otherwise, it doesn't have the thing to win. 4, that's the largest dev. Then it is this one, and then it is that. So that's, but here, this one, that 8 is a 5-year-old mare, and the advantage on that mare is huge on a 1500 meter. So we'll take a look at the horses at the paddock. I like, there's no reason for me not to like the 1, because the 1 is in the best hands, and that's exactly what is working here today. There's nothing else. Probably it's a weekday, it's a Tuesday, so there are no good horses, great horses. They're kind of working on management itself. So I there's no reason not to like that 1. And if that happens, then 1 and 5, they're tailing gates, and 5 is the only one which is within the rails. So that's there. The advantage is with 10, but I mean, from the rail support, that advantage is with 10, but the advantage which is there with 8 is tremendous amount on handicapping. It's a hodgepodge. It's a hodgepodge.
I only made sure he's happy and bright and he still wants to be there.
I probably will take a look at the horses and place 1 win or EW on this. I've not placed a single bet since the morning. I'll place 1 bet.
Shaggy, of course,
and
I saw him break his move in Coffs Harbour.
Honestly speaking,
a beautiful little type of galloper, and I don't know.
There's nothing.
Harbour, but it's been exciting to watch him progress through the grades.
Yeah, exactly right. And Ali, he looks a little bit under the weather.
4157. They don't even have the 8. The 7 is a 5-year-old gelding. For what reason, I don't know.
Run very well here. A bit easy in the betting on course here. And I think that's probably got something to do with the fact that it does need that horse a little bit better off of the weight.
Yeah, and that's the reason I've swayed with Don't You Think here. 4, 1, 5 and 7 for me. Happy to be with Don't You Think. He gets the addition of Winkers today. Just love to see him get an uninterrupted run, not be exposed too far from home. You get, like I said, additional Winkers today. He meets least 5.5 kilos better off at the weights, and we have seen horses running on from the back here, which should play into his favour nicely. He looks to get a position somewhere midfield, I would think, one off the fence. Prince is a horse that I thought was a hidden run here last start. He raced in restricted room. You could argue he should have finished much closer. He gets
John, 2525.
Like Alan said, his winning strike.
Probably 5 is in good state. 5 is the only one within the rails. The other one, everything else is absolutely crazy. The 1 is with the best management. There's no tailing that I could find in this race, so this can play very, very foul.
6 years away from race riding. Made a comeback there a little over 12 months ago, and has had 1 ride back this year. Now being managed by Steve Hart, so available for rides if you want to get a hold of Jess, and she'll give Elise every chance here. You would think from a soft draw, should be able to kick through and hold the lead. Does look to form some of the pace. I've gone 10, 4, 5 and 8 for something throughout the starts with Socrates. I know he's not a normal a first up sort of a horse.
He just said 10, 4, 5 and 8. The 1 is not there with him. I don't know. I'm going to go 8 EW.
When resuming, he's amassed.
I'm putting a second horse pool on
over the course of his career.
8.
So he's no slouch.
8 is not in a position to win.
I thought he might be able to get a nice.
But if 8 wins, I will lose. Second horse pool. EW as in.
End up in the right spot here. I'm not surprised that's been popular in the betting. At least will give a sight. does go up 5.5 kilos off that last start win, defeating Rush Attack, and 8 Caring Miss. I'm keeping close tabs on her. I like the way she found the line behind Lise last time out after being slow away. We know she's a much better mare on a rain-affected track, so if she gets conditions to suit in the not distant future, I think she's worth following. But an interesting race, Mel. 2 minutes out from start time.
Yeah, it is. Like you said, I think track's played quite good, which gives you a little bit more confidence with horses running on. We've got a final horse without the saddle on behind the gates there, Mick, and it looks as though it'll be Royal Hard Hat, I would think. I can see Molly Fitzgerald there. Just looks like she's fixing up a gear, but saddle off Royal Hard Hat.
Yeah, I must admit I missed that, so I'm not sure what happened over there behind the gates. We'll get an official word shortly. Obviously got a late scratch, but just haven't heard anything as yet, so I'm not sure what's transpired down there behind the gates.
Of course, race 3 kicked off the first leg of the quaddie. It was taken out by Medina. At $26, we did mention, although we had small fields throughout the day, we thought it was going to be a tricky meeting, and Medina kicks off the first leg of the quaddie at $26, so good luck if you're still alive.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're both out of the quaddie, which is no real surprise. Horse winning at a big price, but Matt Griffith's had a great run over the last 18 months or so. All of his horses seem to be racing really well. He's had a couple of winners in town over the last few weeks, so yeah, you see that quite often down in stables have a good run, but his good series of form has occurred over quite a long stretch now.
As far as the speed goes here, I'll be surprised if anything leads Lise. Perhaps Jumeirah Beach will roll across. He led here last start. He was very vulnerable late, but he's drawn wide. Perhaps they slide forward. I would think Oakfield Prince gets the right run just in behind them. And you were mentioning that perhaps Senshi could show speed as well.
Well, it doesn't always show speed, but I know sometimes when these Perry horses get back, they get down in the weights, they quite often get ridden right up on top of the speed, and I thought it could be the case for this galloper. We have seen Senshi go to the front before and keep on trucking, so I just thought it was a possibility. That's not a certainty, but has been quite solid in the betting, now into $5.50 on the NOP.
So we've just got a couple more to load. That'll be the 9, which is Monomore, and perhaps one more after that. But I'm thinking we've got the late scratching of the 3 Royal Hard Hat yet to hear confirmation.
Yeah, that has been confirmed as we head up to Phil Roberts for the call, race 4.
Both Lise, the last start winner here, and Caring Lass. Red lights on. Set to jump, 1,500 metres away. And Caring Lass, Jumeirah Beach out the back early. Monomore doesn't show much speed. And Lise, as expected, going straight to the top. Socrates looms up into second. Senshai third on the outside of Oakfield Prince. So the top, he's going to get a lovely run tucked away back on the inside. 2.5 then, don't you think? On the outside of Caring Lass, followed by Monomore, Jumeirah Beach.
Adaman, welcome back.
Is last, and at least a dozen lengths off the leader, who is Lise at the 1,000 metres, about to lead the back, running them along. Led by 2.5 lengths now on Socrates in second. 1.5 lengths to Senshai on the outside of Oakfield Prince. 2.5 lengths then, don't you think, on the outside of Caring Lass. 2.5 lengths to Jumeirah Beach, who's on the inside of Monomore, and Commander Bell a couple of lengths away. Still
come on, dude.
And still the best part of it.
Don't mess it up.
So they head down the side of the track towards the 700 metres. Lise on top. Led by 2 over Socrates.
Push it.
Third on the outside of Oakfield Prince.
And push it now, bro.
About to work to the outside, followed by Caring Lass, Monomore, Jumeirah Beach. Commander Bell hard ridden back at the tail. Lise around the bend. Drifts about 4 off the inside. And led over Socrates. Chiming in as Senshai and down.
Go, baby. Gotta run if you want to win.
Jumeirah Beach, plenty of chances here, don't you think? The outside.
What the
Jumeirah
fuck?
Beach, like Socrates still there with Oakfield Prince. Right across the track, Socrates in a blanket go over either Jumeirah Beach, don't you think, Oakfield Prince? Close up then came Senshai, followed by
It got stuck. That moron Jockey. I had a second heart full on that.
Looks like the old boy might have been able to stick his nugget out. Socrates settled down second with the tag off for Lise, and there were challenges left, right and centre, but he just kept bobbing in the middle. Really appreciated resuming in a much easier race today, and he's hung tough. We'll have to get the judge to pour over the film there for the minor placings. There were horses all
No,
over
10,
the place. But it
then
looks like it'll
the
be
other
10
side,
at this
not
stage.
4.
That's where we'll leave at race number 4 in Newcastle.
10 to 4-1.
Back at Kilcoy for the first leg of the quaddy this afternoon.
John got the EW on 2.
The 1900 metres. This was one market during the preview this morning where the favourites were drifting and a lot of roughies were being backed. A benchmark 55 over the 1900, and the top weight for Mark Curry gets barrier number 4. Jai Williams aboard. Smoke and match, that is.
I think one of the horses that was back this morning, Nicky parades well. He's third up the day. He found the line nicely at Gatton last start. The only concern, I suppose, is the 61 kilos and just where he gets to. He doesn't want to get too far back here at Kilcoy, but he's a horse on the improve.
Number 2, Son of Satono. Caleb Johnson looking for a double, takes off 3. Combined with Kerry Taplin in this event from barrier 7. Tongue tie goes on for the first time.
Yeah, that tongue tie going on significant. I think Brody was winning 2 runs back, and then he really dropped out bad at his last start at the Sunshine Coast, and perhaps he got his tongue over the bit. His barrier trialled successfully since then, or okay since then. And look, at his top, he goes forward and will be in for a long way.
Barrier 3, Apollo's number 3, spoke to Rajiv. Barrier number 6, Lendon takes off 1.5 for Ken Jones.
Well beaten behind Sarson at his most recent start at Beaudesert. Another horse that's probably going to be getting fitter now. He's 5 runs back from a spell, but he hasn't won for 586 days.
Another one of our drifting favourites was number 4, Born to be Alive. Barrier number 9, Bella Youngberry takes off 2 for Alan Chow.
Look, he parades well, and the claim is good. He led a captain last start over the mile when he battled on well to run 4. He has been placed over the 1900 metres, but it's a matter of just how much gas he's got to go to get to the front. But he will be in the firing line for a long time.
Number 5, Nitro Glycerin gets the inside draw for Matthew Gray. Now a change of tactics that use that inside barrier.
What else do you call him, bro? He's a moron of the highest order. He's a moron pro max.
Black goes his way, a strong chance.
Number 6 on the start.
He was a moron pro max, bro. You should have pressed the button back at the 600-meter marker. He didn't do that and got tangled in that traffic. All that he had to do is press the button at the 600-meter marker.
Wasn't a bad run, beat 3 lengths there, got tight at the top of the straight. May prefer
These things.
a little bit of give in the ground, but he's certainly just about ready to do something.
Lindell from Barron Stable gets barrier number 8. Shapes goes aboard.
6-year-old mare, she's a winner here. She came off a 67-day break and well beaten at Ipswich just on 2 weeks ago, beaten almost 10 lengths there. Look, stepping up quickly to 1900 metres. Don't know whether it just needs one more run, but she does appreciate this track.
Number 9, Force Speed, one of the big firmers this morning into single figures from about $19. Georgina Cartwright looking for a race-to-race double, barrier number 2.
3 wins from 49 starts, hasn't won for 857 days. A battling run last start at Gatton, but from a good barrier draw with only 54 kilos on her back. She's going to get a lovely run today, and she's won 2 races here.
Finally, the 10 is Buddy's Tail, barrier number 3. Ty Wheeler takes off 2 and 47 days between runs.
Yeah, and he hasn't won for 814 days, but he has won 2 races here. His last start was back on the 2nd of January, so I'm just a bit concerned about the 47-day break.
All right, they're behind the gates here at Kilcoy. They'll be starting the loading process if they haven't already, just slightly obscured out of my view. Damo, what's your late mail for the first leg of the quaddie? All right, fortunately, we'll get Damo's late mail. He's played Nitro Glycerin as they're just about set, ready to rock and roll.
5, 9, 2 and 7, Brady. 5, 9, 2 and 7. Nitro Glycerin each way for me. Okay, loading up well. First leg of the quaddie at Kilcoy. If you're on the quaddie, good luck today. Here's Anthony for the call.
Summer Star goes up. Nitro Glycerin for the inside. Set now. Stalls are back. They're off. Now, from out wide, Born to Be Alive left the machine fast, and also Son of Satano's up to attack in after the first 150 metres. Summer Star will land third. They're followed by Force Me, who's over on the inside of it about a neck away. KC is about centre field. Then came Nitro Glycerin and also Lindell well back in the race. Spoke to Raheem, Buddy's tail end second to last. And Smoke It matches at the tail end of proceedings, at least 10 lengths back off the speed. So around the home turn on the first occasion, and the leader was Son of Satano in front narrowly over Born to Be Alive the outside. It's about a long neck separating that leading two. They go together towards that turn out of the straight. 4 lengths clear over Force Me, Summer Star, KC next, followed by Nitro Glycerin. Further back in the field, 2 Lindell, Spoke to Rahi. Buddy's tail is racing back second to last still, and still Smoke and Matches watching it all unfold in front of it. Still at least 10 lengths back off the speed. 950 metres from the judge, so Son of Satano in front narrowly over Born to Be Alive the outside. So they've basically been level pegging somewhat every step of the way. And it's 4 lengths clear the margin over Force Me, still third. Then came Summer Star, Nitro Glycerin and KC. Lindell's next, 2 lengths back, followed by Smoke to Rahib. It's racing back third to last, followed by Smoke and Match and also Buddy's Tail. Down the side, and with 500 metres from the judge, the outside, Born to Be Alive, surges up once again, going together with Summer Satano, pokes its head in front, Force Me still third, now coming at them, followed by Summer Star, and then came Nitro Glycerin, and also K-Sear and Lindell, heads the remainder of the field as they negotiate the home turns around the bend of the 250, where it's Force Me out wide, who has it just, following it through, there was Nitro Glycerin, Born to Be Alive, still there with Summer Satano over on the inside, and here's Lindell, sprinting hard and fast, right down the outside, so Lindell swept upon them with 50 metres to go, raced away, and Lindell too good in the end 4. Maybe Nitro Glycerin, Force Me. They're followed by Born to Be Alive and also Summer Star. Further back in the field is Summer Satano. Then came Smoke and Match. Well back in the race to Buddy's Tail and KC last.
Lindell gets around them and over the top in the first leg of the quarter, you're paying double figures, $10.10, $3.40 on the local tote. Lindell win number 4 at start number 27. Defeats what looks to be Force Me. The heavily backed runners run second, and Nitro Glycerin might just miss in the third demo, but it's all about Lindell. But Elliot shaves and wins dominantly, 8, 9, 5 and 4.
Yeah, look, we expected the speed to be on. It was with sort of Satano and Born to Be Alive. They carved each other up. The first horse to appear on the scene was Force Me, but just got a little bit tired the last little bit. The sweep is coming down the outside, and a really good training performance there by Paula Barron, with Lindell coming from worst in midfield to score, coming back second up from a spell today after a short break, and a really good ride by Helion Chavez. Force Me, I love a lovely ride by Georgie Cartwright, given every possible chance. And Nitro Glycerin, I thought was going to be in it. Just took a little bit to wind up, but he was doing his best work by it.
No match for Lindell this afternoon. Damo, 8, 9, 5 and 4. Nitro Glycerin battled away, but Born to Be Alive after sitting outside that fast pace has battled on quite toughly.
Yeah, no, good job, because they did go pretty hard in front, Son of Satano and Born to Be Alive. They're probably both a little bit suspect over the 1900 without that little bit of a rest mid-race. And Born to Be Alive did a good job to bucks on run forward. But lovely patient ride by Helion Chavez. Extra money, first leg of the quaddy.
And pays a best of $10.30, $3.50, $10.10 on the local tote, $3.40. Force Me, heavily backed each way's run second. And as mentioned, the 9 pays it run fourth with Nitro Glycerin getting home in for second. That was the 9. Born Me in for third. They've run 157.76, the last 636.93. That takes us away from race number 4. 3 more left to come here at Kilcoy, and both Damo's best bet and best value to come here in Queensland. We're going to head straight down to Queanbeyan for race number 5 as we rejoin Kaylin Nisbet.
Up to race 5, which is the Sheridan Garage Doors benchmark 58 over the 2,000 metres. We have the 10 runners here after a few scratchings, and I'd go as far as saying I think this is probably the most open race of the day. The one is scratched, so the first horse we'll look at is a horse right in the market here. The 2, Brom Lake, for Steve Engelbert and Deanne Pena to ride. She's been racing quite well. I did think last start was only fair at Newcastle, but that was in a benchmark 64. Her runs prior have been very good at country grade. I think getting to the 2,000 metres for the first time in her career looks ideal, especially at country grade. Only slight concern with her was that she has to like the 59.5 here. The 3's out, so we go to the 4, Cosmos Factory for Kerry Parker and Nick Haywood. He was really good, breaking his maiden last start to start 11. That was over the 2200 at Sapphire Coast in a Class 1. He was very strong through the line there. From his soft straw here today, he could definitely go on with it. The 5 is Gatchan for Norm Gardner, and his stable apprentice Caitlin Sinclair claiming 4 kilos. She's a mare that doesn't help herself at all. She gets about 100 metres off the second last horse and just refuses to travel, but she always finds the line strongly. 3 starts ago, she was able to win a benchmark 70 over the 2,000 metres at Canberra. Then the next 2 starts, she's been forced to come back to the mile, and she just finds that a touch too short. I think getting back out to the 2,000 metres in a benchmark 58 with only 55.5 on her back certainly gives her a good chance. The 6 is Flying Dubawi for Marie Hopkins and Mick Hegney. He gets the compression earmuffs for the first, he has worn them before. He's been very consistent all preparation. Last start he sat up on the speed and he held on well to run 3rd in a benchmark 66 over a mile.
Okay, this is what is going on. So the 3 looks good. 3 shouldn't lose. If the 3 loses, then there is nothing that's probably in it. The 3 is in good hands. The best through the rails coming from gate number 10, but it's pretty much that 1-4 they are there. They are within the rails. Best management, all that is happening. It's a Class 1. 1 is a colt. I don't know what that colt is going to do. 4 is probably in the best hand. Now, having said that, it's a 3-year-old filly tailing, neighboring the gate of that colt. So mixed sex race. This is a mixed sex. So honestly, that puts that 7 into check. Now, if that 7 is into check, then the 5 automatically becomes a check because they're tailing gates. The question is 9 and 6. 9 has a lot of advantage. 6 is within the odds. It's got a very large outer drift. That's the inner drift. That's the outer drift. This is the chase. This is the chase. So this is like the 8, which did not do anything in the last race. 11 in this one. Did we get that 11? Race number 3. No. That was a benchmark 64. That's the chase. But so what are we looking at here is the 3 is in spotless position. 3 should win. 3 is, this is the only race where I think we've got one clear shot on that 3. The colt, I'm not sure what it will do. 3 and 9 are tailing gates. This one is a Class 1 with a chase. This thing needs to get there. 6 is there. If 6 is there, then the 12 is also there, or the 8 is there. Honestly speaking, I like the 8 more because it is an outer drift. So, but the 3 is the one here. The 3 is the only clean shot so far that we have gotten. I'm going to be back from the washroom in a jiffy.
It's just racing so well. Getting back over the 2,000 metres will suit her. And then for 4th, I put the 9, Canoozy. It's another horse that parades particularly well here, and I thought her 2 runs back have suggested she's returned a bit better this preparation, so it'll be better out to the 2000. But my third selection is Gatchan, and I caught up with her trainer, Norm Gardner, just earlier. Norm, in a very open race, you have the honest mare Gatchan. She doesn't help herself, but she's racing well.
No, Kayla, she doesn't. She can get back a bit. Look, she's shown no signs of having up, but she's been up a long time. She seems to go around every 2 weeks. I think she's had about 14 starts this prep, but I expect her to run well again. I'll just keep running until she puts in a bad one. But I'm very happy.
And getting back out to the 2,000 metres can only help her.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, she gets too far back over 1,600, but there's been no races. And look, like not, it's a nice race for her.
Agreed. She looks one of the main chances, I thought. And in race 7, you have Destructive Diva. Is it fair to say she hasn't come up as well this preparation?
Look, you're right, but I think she's coming good. I'm a bit worried about this track, how firm it might be. But I think she's going to run a big race today. The last 2 weeks, she's really blossomed, come on, and she's had that knee operation. She can take them a few runs, give her confidence, but I'm confident she's going to run a super race today.
Glad you said that. I have it on top, Norm, so that's confidence. And Caitlin, your stable apprentice, she rides both of them. She's going well, I thought.
She's going well. They're both drawn well, and no weight on their back. And they're sort of horses that will probably see if they do it themselves. Destructive had no luck at the Sapphire Coast the other day. Wide the whole way. I really think she'll run well.
Good to hear. Good luck, Norm.
Thanks, Kayla.
So there were positive comments about both of his runners there, and Gatchan said she gets a long way back, but she's always very strong weight. She did win a benchmark 70 over the 2,000 on the 3 starts ago, so right back to the 58, and well weighted after his apprentice. Caitlin Sinclair's claim has to be given a chance. She's still claiming forward. I think it's running quite well for her claim. She's running sensible races. She's getting them out of the barrier as well, and I'm more than happy to have confidence in her with a 4 kilo claim here. But Brom Lake, the market has been changing a little bit. Brom Lake was our favourite, then got out a little bit, and is now favourite again at $5. Cosmos Factory got into favourite into $4.80, which saw him favourite, but now back out to $5.50. Spurline has been pretty steady at $6. Gatchan, into $7.50 now. Canoes has been $8.50 into $7.50. Medeno got a good push from the Joseph Jones team off the radio this morning, and it's been $8.50 to $10. Great week, Mount Top Selection into $10. Happy to see a little bit of support there. Ever was off the back of the 7-week let up, $12. Zaxton, as I said, bolted in last start at Braidwood over 8 lengths, is out to $15. And Flying Dubai, certainly not hopeless as the outside of this field, at $16. So the market certainly reads the story with this race. It is very open, and it's hard to steer anyone out of any one of these horses if you like anything in this race. But I am 12, 11, 5, 9, and our favourite will be the 2 Brom Lake on start time. We'll head up to Anthony Men.
So we're heading there on Friday and then Nowra on Sunday for the SERA Country Championship. Those knocks were taken this morning. So you're probably going to need about a benchmark 70 to guarantee yourself to start in that race. Very strong knocks. So they're a real standout horse, but benchmark horses for that SERA Country Championship in Nowra on Sunday. So forward to getting out of there. Great week comes forward and Flying Dubai and Zaxton takes a mid spot. Waiting on one more, it might be Spurline. The Sheridan Garage Door, benchmark 58 field. Be just about ready. Final look at the board. Number 2, Brom Lake favourite. In an absolute dart job this race. Brom Lake, red jacket, white sleeves, drawn in 4. The end venue for Steve Eagleman. Set to go. They're ready. They're off. Brom Lake came away well. Canusi bombed the start, was out the back, and Flying Dubai also taken back after the start. Great week began well, and it's rolling forward. Now, Brom Lake's up in second position early from Medeno 3rd, and Ever Was 4th, Cosmos Factory 5th, and then Spurline 6th. Zaxton caught 3 wide out of the home straight, being followed by Gatchan in the second half of the field. Canusi back with it on the rails, and Flying Dubai was the last one. So great weeks in front. Zaxton strode forward after being caught wide to get up outside the leader, and that left the favourite Bromlake to land. Leaders back in third and Medinho, it's fourth. Followed then by Ever Was. It is racing with Cosmos Factory, and then came Spurline. Canusi, Gatchin and Flying Debarby is the last one. Into the back, 1,200 metres left to go. Zaxton and Great Week just putting a bit of pressure on each other here. They're eyeballing each other. Medinho and Bromlake, they're sharing third and fourth. And then came Cosmos Factory on the outside of Ever Was. They're racing fifth and sixth. Further back to Spurline from Canusi, the local mare. Gatchin second last, and Flying Debarby is the last one. So down the hill, and it's Zaxton in front, but he's about a neck in front of Great Week on the inside. He's working hard here, Zaxton, from Great Week. Medinho and Bromlake getting good runs behind those in third and fourth. Ever Was, Flying Debarby gets going from the back. Around Cosmos Factory at the 550, Spurline. Then came Canusi, just held up on the back of a slow one at the moment. And Gatchin's the last one. So down the hill, 400 to go. Great Week. Zaxton's worked very hard. Medinho about to get off their backs. And then Bromlake will wait on the cutaway. Ever Was likewise. Cosmos Factory down the outside with Gatchin. But Great Week dashed away here. Great Week, 150 to go. Put up 3 lengths to Bromlake. Then came Ever Was. But it's Great Week well clear. And Great Week races away and wins easily. Bromlake's run second, Gatchin third, Cosmos Factory Ever Was, and then came Spurline from Canusi, Medinho. Zaxton worked far too hard, and Flying Debarby back there with it. Great Week, the winner, number 12, Pat Murphy, and Jess Brooks. Got on your Pat. Number 12, Great Week, racing really well at the moment. Far too good for that lot. Had to withstand some pressure there all the way from Zaxton, but strode there at the top of the straight and was very strong. And number 12, Great Week, goes on to record win number 3 from start 36. Second to 2, Bromlake. Again, Pena, Steve Engelbrecht. So 12, 2, and a photo are the numbers after race number 5.
Oh, well done, Pat. You've only been in your care technically from your partner Emma for the last couple of runs, but he's been terrific.
It's sensational, yeah. The whole thing and moving over, like helping me and the whole system, like this race will be replayed at home a lot. And it's very proud of how everyone's all worked together and the team. And Em owns a big percentage in this horse, and he's been a good horse. And I'm trying to tinker with different little things, but nothing much at all. But yeah, he's enjoying probably on my stable a bit, but not even. Yeah, there's only little things. Em does majority of the work behind the scenes, and so it's actually really satisfying.
And what's been the turnaround for him? I mean, his form was probably a little bit plain for a while, and then he had to absorb an awful lot of pressure in that very fast run apprentice race at Wagga, but it seemed to really spur his form along.
I just see racing him. I think he wants to race. You know, he's a Franco. He's got that constitution, and I think racing the horse, he likes it. And he'll work out what we do next with this. But yeah, we try and get his rating up. And yeah, there was great. We'll try and get him up in that ratings, and he's still down now. But she's been doing a little bit of work now. Now she moved with Danielle, and she knows the horse, and she rode the horse, perfect. So yeah, it's really satisfying all around. It's great.
Well done to you and Emma, Pat.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So I was just about to be complimentary of Jess Brooks's ride there. She got to the front. She had a little bit of pressure there from Zaxton, who had to find work to get outside the leader, and he just absorbs pressure so well, this horse. He doesn't quicken a lot, but he can absorb it and keep running. So it's a well-deserved win in an open race from the 2, Bromlake, who had a chance and was good. I think the 5 gets third there, Gatchan. Good ride by young Caitlin Sinclair. As I said, claiming 4, she had the horse in touch, exposed it at the right time. It's ran on really strongly there, and I believe the 11 got 4th. Spurline, very honest, is working towards another win. But I think that's 12, 2, 5, 11 over the line here for race 5. We'll head off to Newcastle.
Race number 5 here from Newcastle, Class 1, over the 1,400 metres. Runners are in the yard. Let's cast our eye over them. Horse number 1 is City Gold Banner from the Rhino Lexio stable. And this 3-year-old colt's only had the 2 race starts.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic breaking his maiden on debut. That was at Warwick Farm. He come from back in the field, really put pay to his rivals, defeating Sunshine Law. He went to Kembla Grange his next start. That was in a 64 where he was sent out favourite. He was a drifting favourite and he ran accordingly. He was beaten 12 lengths. So there's obviously an issue with that. I'm sure he could bounce back to be very, very hard to beat if he could reproduce what he did on debut.
Aaron Bullock replacing Keegan Latham there. We go down to the 3, which is Zunaka. This is our favourite. Racing consistently. John Thompson, Will Stanley claims 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure that she's entitled to be as short as she is in the market, albeit she has drifted a bit now. She was good to win a maiden first up. That was at Kembla. She's been the runner-up her past 2. Thought she had a chance here last start when she settled just off the Smead and where she just missed. She's got good tactical speed. She drops 2.5 kilos in the weights with the claim for Will Stanley. So providing that she has luck getting across from the wide barrier, she probably is the horse to beat though.
4 is My Far Lady, Richard and Will Friedman. Andrew Atkins with the steer here. She's a filly that looks to have a bright future.
Yeah, I loved a win here first up. That was at 1,300 metres. She got back. She made up good ground to defeat Amaretto Go. She's drawn awkwardly, so I suspect they'll go back again from the barrier here today. It's just a matter of if she wants a little bit further. She did get out to 2,000 metres at the end of last preparation. She contested far stronger races than what she finds herself in here today, so she's definitely one to watch.
5 Ovana's a last start winner. Ed O'Rourke, Mitch Bell.
She was aided by a good ride to win last start at Wyong. She settled at the tail of the field. They were going at a very moderate tempo, so Mitch elected to make a mid-race move, and it was the winning move where she defeated Chalbella Mia. Beautiful draw today. I suspect that she can settle a fraction closer in the run, and she presents nicely in the yard.
6 Phoebe's, Kylie Gavanlock, Winona Costin.
He's had 2 runs back. He's had 6 weeks between runs after his last start win at Tyree, where he's aided by a very good ride to defeat Golden Melody. He steps up to 1,400 metres for the first time. I anticipate that'll be to his liking. He was hitting the line late at 12.50 last start, and he presents equally as good as when I saw him last start.
7 Hoo-Ha, Mark Cross, Braithnock.
There's a certain way you've got to say that. She's a last start winner here. That was 4 weeks ago. It did take her 21 goes to break a maiden, but you see it time and time again with these gallopers. They can take confidence after they break their maiden. She's always been a good mare in a mounting yard. Today is no different. Nice and relaxed on the side pony, and she is well placed with the claim for Braithnock.
Second up today is 8 Casanova, Claire Lever, Chad Lever.
He's also 4 weeks between runs. He's had 1 run back. That was here where he had excuses. He was caught wide the trip. He was beaten around 6 lengths. We'll say he was beaten a fair way, but I could definitely see him improving. He's only lightly raced.
9 Red Star Ruby, Denham Wynan, Ash Morgan.
Yeah, he's had 1 run for the new stable. That was at Musselbrook over the 12.80. He got back. I thought he worked home nicely. He beaten a touch over 3 lengths. He's an improver second up into the preparation. It's been a long time since she's won a race, but I definitely think she's one of the run-on horses.
12 is Zardame. He's one of the better 100-to-1 shots you'll find at Dale Wagstaff for Donovan Dillon.
He broke his maiden at Mudgee in October last year, but he's really struggled in subsequent runs. He's won the one from 22. I'd be happy just to watch him today.
And 13, Little Bit Yours, Rod Ollerton, Rebecca Bronnet.
She's won the one from 30. She hasn't won a race in quite a little while. She's had 2 runs back. She did show nice improvement here last start behind Kimberly Moon. She just needed to continue on that upward spiral, I would think, to be a winning chance today.
Some start time here for race number 5 at Newcastle. 3 Zunaka is your favourite. Currently at $2.10 out from $1.90 after scratchings this morning. One of the better back runners is 4 My Far Lady. Trained by Richard and Will Freeman. Richard is with Mel.
Rich, this finish was really good to win a maiden here first up.
Yes, not unexpected. She was the outsider of our pair and one of the outsiders in the field, but she does have some ability and she's always shown us that, so we weren't shocked by that. Having said that, I think she's fairly looking for probably further than this even, but, stepping stones, one step at a time. I think she'll go back again today in the field. We've just got her to relax now and I think we wouldn't want to undo all of that. So, but they look like they're sweeping home a little bit here today, so that's promising.
Yeah, just peeping back through a form, you got her up to 2,000 metres at the end of the last campaign. So is that the way you'll be tracking when you get deeper on into the preparation?
I think so. I think we'll head that way. We've certainly entered her for a few races already of that sort of distance. But look, she'll tell us. But it'll take a couple of runs to get there. And I'm convinced with this filly that you won't see the best of this filly until she's well into her mare years, 4 and 5. She's still a bit of a foal to look at, and she's still a bit of a foal in the way she behaves.
How's she come on since that first up win?
Seems fine, she's actually relaxed a little bit more, and she's learning the craft. It's just taking a little bit of time.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, you've got around 2 minutes to invest here on race number 5. Looking at the market, 3 Zunaka. It's been solid enough. $1.90 out to $2.10, back into $2. For My Fair Lady's been the market mover though. $5 into $2.90. The only other one in single figures would be one City Gold Banner, an $8.50 chance. Which way are you going, Mel?
Yeah, I'm 3, 1, 4 and 5. Going to stick with Zunaka. She's probably the obvious choice. She was a winner first up, been a runner-up the last 2, and they've both been by small margins. Just thought she was well placed today with the claim for Will Stanley. She drops 2.5 kilos in the weight. She's got good tactical speed, so I would think that they'll roll across, put her in the first view. She possesses plenty of fitness, and she looks an absolute picture there on the screen. City Gold Banner is the horse I could see.
5 is good, John. 5 is very good.
Farm, obviously.
That colt, I don't know what it will do. If that colt gets onto it, it will be over. If the colt gets onto it, it will be over.
Just thought she might be looking for a little bit further now, second up into the campaign, and the 5 in Ivana. I thought she was great to win last start at Wyong and draws to settle closer in the run. 3, 1, 4 and 5.
I've got looking for a little bit of value again here with 9 Red Star Ruby. I'm just hoping she can get into the race from the back. She is a horse that's not blessed with a lot of early speed. I thought she did enough for the new yard, Denham Wynham at Musselbrook, went 4 behind.
The difference between the 5 and the 9 is the age.
3 Zanaka should be able to push forward from an outside.
And the gate.
Right up on top of the speed and give a sign. 4 My Fair Lady might be looking for a mile now, but she looks to have plenty of talent. And best for the rest would be 1 City Gold Banner. 9, 3, 4 and 1.
Yeah, it looks as though we've just got a couple more to load up.
He's gone with 9. This guy has gone with 9. 9, 3, 4 and 1. 1, I don't know the colt what it will do, but the 9 is in a very lethal position.
So again, a field of 10 to run.
Anyway, we've got a clean shot on 3. Let's see if 3 gets in.
Up the right. It's got the yellow colours on, and they're away. It's out the back. City Gold Banner, so it won't be going forward in this. And the favourite Zunaka, the first to begin over Casanova Thieves, a little bit yours, and a hoo-ha next on the inside. They were followed by Ivana and then City Gold Banner. Now makes ground to be 4th last. Zata May 3rd last. My Fair Lady gets back to 2nd last. And going back to the tailors, Red Star Ruby. Under 1,000 left to go. They lead the back. Little bit yours on the inside. Pushes through. And it keeps Zunaka, the favourite, off the inside. And they've clapped the speed on here. They led by 4.5, 5 lengths over Casanova, hoo-ha, and then came Thebes. Ivana, City Gold Banner. Further back was Zata May from My Fair Lady. And back at the tailors, Red Star Ruby. Heading to the 600 metres. These 2 leaders are a mile in front. It's a little bit yours on the inside over Zunaka. They're still 6, 7, 8 lengths in front over Thebes, Casanova, City Gold Banner, hoo-ha, Ivana, My Fair Lady to the outside, and then followed further back by Zata May, and the last one, Red Star Ruby. Zunaka has beaten off Little Bit Yours as they run to the 250. Here come the challengers, though, Casanova, Thebes, and My Fair Lady. My Fair Lady coming after Zunaka. It's My Fair Lady moving up to Zunaka at the 100. My Fair Lady got a neck in front. My Fair Lady, Zunaka fights back. My Fair Lady narrowly over Zunaka. They got away from Casanova, hoo-ha, Ivana, then Zata May, followed by Thebes, City Gold Banner, Red Star Ruby, and Little Bit Yours, tailed out last.
So in a very busy finish, it'll be My Fair Lady. That'll do enough to score, making it 2 wins from as many starts this preparation. We caught up with Richard Friedman prior to the race, and you could tell He really likes her, and you know she's just going to continue to improve once she gets out over a little bit more ground. You'd imagine she'd eat up a mile, if not further. She was good enough to beat Amaretto Bow at Newcastle over the 1,300 metres first up. There was a nice gap back to third, which is usually a good sign. And a similar story here again today. Zanaka, the favourite, was brave.
4385.
Into second spot. Those are full placings there in a moment. But too good, my far lady, Mel, and she's starting to work her way through the grades.
Well done, Rich. Gee, she was good today.
She was good today. There was a bit of pace on, which surprised me. I thought by this time of the day they might be sitting back a little bit, waiting to swoop a little bit. But there was plenty of pace on, and I think that helped her a lot. But I think it was one of Andrew's best. He did rate her perfectly and timed it to perfection. So, but the filly she's making good steps.
Yeah, she might be in for a nice campaign. You took your time with her last preparation, and she's been able to go bang bang this time.
Yeah, I think she's getting her confidence up. She's relaxing more. She's learning the trade, as we said before. So, with this filly too, you know, when we get her a bit further, I think you'll see. That she improves a bit.
What are you stepping in for Will today?
Well, I always know when to cut.
Well done.
My far lady, too good here in race number 5. Defeating Zanaka, Casanova back in third spot.
Welcome back to Kilcoy for race number 5, the second leg of the quad. And Damien Courtney's best bet of the day coming up here, so we'll get straight into the bounty yard.
4385.
The Whiskey Hayden Thompson for the Hardy team. Now the betters on the front go on for the first time, as does the bit lifter and the tongue control bit.
We haven't seen him for 9 months, so he's resuming today. He's a last start winner back in May last year, but that was over a 1,500 metre Class 1 at Warwick. So, look, he's got a lot of weight, soft draw, but I just want to see what he does today.
Number 4 is our short price favourite, Grand Crusader, Jai Williams and Jay Bellamy, barrier 2. Blinkers on for the first time, replacing the winkers.
Well, he gets his chance, I think. He just had to work too hard last night over the 1,400 metres. When fourth behind Ocean Alps at the Gold Coast, he's got a soft draw today. I think Jai probably goes forward and tries to lead. If he finds the front, he'll be very hard to beat.
Number 5, Whiskey Dancer, barrier 7, Justin Stanley and Lee Freeman.
Look, he's a winner here. He won here in July last year, and his last night at the Gold Coast over the 1,050, that was on the poly. He was slowly away behind Platinum Lies. It did make up good ground. So, look, I've got him in my top numbers, and he's on the improve.
Number 6, Worthy SG, barrier 3, Matty Mankeller takes off the 3 for Rochelle Pereira.
Yeah, look, this horse I think's the danger. He ran 9th at the Sunshine Coast behind the stablemate Cracker SG just over a fortnight ago, and still found the line very well, got back from a wide barrier. Now, the 3 kilo claim I think's really important. Maddie takes off 3. She's got a soft barrier draw. The horse was a winner at Wollongbar with Maddie riding it 4 starts ago, so I think she's a strong each-way chance.
Number 8, Kenny Boy, Ty Wheeler takes off 2 for Kay Hill, barrier 8.
Yeah, resumed here on Australia Day, went on the speed in a tiring 7th in a benchmark 55. I think I just prefer a little bit more racing.
Number 9, Uncle Bud, barrier 5. Liv O'Donnell takes off 1.5 for the Kirkwood team.
Racing very honestly. Last start second was at Kilcoy here on Australia Day behind I Wanted. Was up on the speed most of the way there, and I think it's got a good each way chance.
Number 11, Pretty Little Lass, Jace McMurray goes aboard for the Jenkins team, barrier 6.
Having its first start at Kilcoy. Ran okay last start at Warwick when third behind Sure to Happen, but was beaten almost 5 lengths there. They did run good time, so just a little bit concerned about where she'll lob from a wide barrier.
Number 14, Divine Rendezvous, Nathan Thomas combines with Stephanie Sixtus, barrier number 4. And it's 12 days since we last saw this gallop up deep into a preparation.
Yeah, I thought it was only fair last start at Bow Desert, and I just want to see her do something a little bit more positive before I come into her.
They're behind the gates here for race number 5 at Kilcoy, second leg of the quaddie, and Damien Courtney, they've absolutely hammered your best bet of the day. The blinkers have gone on Grand Crusader, now into $1.50 after about even money was shot this morning. You know Jai Williams is serious. He's got the sleeves rolled up, Billy Egan style.
I think it leads today, Grand Crusader. It came back to 1,400 from 1,400 at the Gold Coast, where he had a pretty tough run. His run prior to that was very good too, when he was up on the speed and he ran second behind board member and really good time at Bow Desert. Look, I know he hasn't won for 641 days. I think he gets his chance. $2.50 bet yesterday, $2 this morning. He's now $1.50, and I think if he pounces on the lead, it's the horse to beat. I wouldn't mind having a little saver on horse number 6, Worthy SG. I just think with the weight claim, the horse is going to get a nice cosy run off the speed and is racing well at the moment. Found the line well at the Sunshine Coast last start. Number 5, Whiskey Dancer, is fitter for the last start run on the Polly at the Gold Coast. Is a winner here. I think the 1200 metres is okay for it. And then number 9, Uncle Bud, who's another horse that's going to be up on the speed. But look, I think all things being equal, Grand Crusader probably leads and wins. But I think if you're having an each way bet in the race, Worthy SG, at around about the $6.50 mark's not bad odds.
Absolutely. Now out to $8.50. You're getting Lake Damo. Worthy SG. Mankello takes off the 3 kilograms. Maddie rides for Rochelle as her stable apprentice and actually recorded her first career victory on this horse on the 13th of December at the end of last year when defeating Red Wine at Mawillamar in a benchmark 58. So Worthy SG now $11. The market absolutely gapped it late. They continue to step into Grand Crusader. Was $2.90 and a $2.20 yesterday. 7-cent deductions if you took the early price. Now into $1.45. One-way traffic Damo. And just a quick thoughts on how you might expect this speed race to play out. Because as we know at Kilcoy, everyone wants to go forward, but you're certainly hoping the Grand Crusader can lead itself.
Yeah, I think even though the 1200 metres gives them a good long run for horses drawn widely to come across, I think probably Jai will want to lead. And I think Whiskey Dancer, Worthy SG, not too far off the speed. Uncle Bud will be up there as well. Blame the Whiskey's probably the quicker runner in the race. First up off a long break, and I haven't seen a trial, so question marks about that. Pretty little left, probably midfield, I would think. But yeah, I just think the one leader in the race is the favourite.
And there's only one-way traffic in betting. $1.45 Grand Crusader for the second leg of the quaddie. Just about set. We've got 2 more horses to load away, and Whiskey Dancer will be the last of those. So let's head up to Anthony Collins for the call for race number 5.
It's late. Last few minutes of the market, it's firmed up quite noticeably, but now 140. From a good gate, Grand Crusader, favourite way for the 5th. 1200 metres. It's our trip. And flashes away, stalls the back racing. Grand Crusader and also Blame the Whiskey showing any amount of early speed close to the fence, followed then by Whiskey Dancer, who's away in a prominent spot. It'll land up to 3rd. Kenny Boyer's poised 4th as the favourite kicks to the front. Followed then by Pretty Little Lass and also Uncle Bud, well back to Divine Rendezvous. The 2 off to Worthy SG at the tail end of proceedings. Grand Crusader led the charge after the first couple of 100 metres. Coming down past the 750, it's put back on the steel mid-sectional to lead by 3 parts of a length over Kenny Boy, the outside of it. Whiskey Dancer is poised 3rd. Pretty Little Lass is now up to 4th. And Blame the Whiskey is shuffled back to a centre field position over on the inside of Worthy SG, who's taking off around the outside. Getting a move on together there with Uncle Bud and Divine Rendezvous as last of all. Grand Crusader attempting an all-the-way victory. And at the moment, with less than 300 metres from the judge, it kicked out by a length and a half. Whiskey Dancer is sticking right with it, though. They're followed by Worthy SG, who's coming around the outside up to 3rd. Around the home turn, it's Grand Crusader in front, but Whiskey Dancer the outside's about to go up, but the leader's got a kick. Grand Crusader in front, Whiskey Dancer up on the outside, getting close, went home the better and won. Whiskey Dancer beating home Grand Crusader. They're followed by Blame the Whiskey up for 3rd. Uncle Bud maybe 4th with Pretty Little Lass not far back. Divine Rendezvous and Worthy SG. And Kenny Boy was at the tail end of the field.
All too strong. Whiskey Dancer, Justin Stanley, Lee Friedman does it deep into a preparation. That's win number 4 and start number 22 and gets past the odds on pop down the straight, Damien.
Yeah, look, no excuses. Jai Williams found the front on Grand Crusader. Tried to pick away at the 400, but a lovely ride by Justin Stanley. You've got Whiskey Dancer out the gates quickly. Was able to find that fence behind the leader in the slipstream, and the last 100 metres drew away to score by about a length on the line. So a good ride by Justin Stanley and well prepared by Lee Friedman. No excuses for Grand Crusader at every possible chance. And 3rd, I think they go to Blame the Whiskey back on the inside, just ahead of the Worthy SG, who got cut out at the start, pushed back to last, travelled wide. The run was still good, but was never a winner.
5, 4, 1 and 6, the numbers across the line in race number 5 here at Kilcoy. We have no time on the board, but it's all about Whiskey Dancer, and after having a beautiful run in the box seat, has proven way too strong in the second leg of the quaddie over Grand Crusader, and heavily back favourite goes down deep into odds on after going up and heavily backed in from about $2.80 post deductions. That takes us away from race number 5 at Kilcoy this afternoon. We'll be back for race number 6 at Queanbeyan up next.
The second last race at Queanbeyan today, which is race 6. It's the Queanbeyan Leagues Club Benchmark 58, ran over the 1,200 metres. Quite a race with a whole lot of depth, but a few interesting runners here, and one of them being the one, Karma Karma, for Bruce Cross and Deanne Pena. He's a horse that...
All right, this is what's going on. So... that 5 is through the rails, right? That 5 is through the rails. 7 is in the best hands. Here, 4 was in the best hands. So 7 is in the best hands. The advantage on 4 is there. Now the question is about this one. 1 has a huge drift, a very, very big outer drift, which is there. But here, within all the ones which is within the rails, 5 has all the advantages in the world to get through with this. That's there. 7 is in the good best hands and the management show, and possibilities are, where is 5 placed? 7, 4, 7, 5, 1. 4 is the favorite because of the dev, and it's also been tested in this ground rigorously. That's there. That is there. It's been tested rigorously. And so 5, this one, the 3 was the clear shot, but the management took over. Here, the management is with 7. The best hand. The possibilities are this, that this drift is not going to work because of this drift 1, which is there. And today the races are it's a midweek, so they're playing as midweek. Now if we look at 7 and 4, I mean, whatever is happening, it's happening here. Now the 7 is in the best hands. Probably the best fit is 4. That's the best fit. So that's there. 5 has the advantage. 9 is the tailing gate. So 9, probably we are looking at the 4th place or something. Could be a place here and there. But 5 definitely is in. 7 is with the management. 4 is with the handicapping and the advantage on the handicapping. So it could be 7, 5, 4, 7, 4, 5. Any of those lines. But 5 is that's a huge relaxation. The other one which is relaxed is this one, the 10, which is more relaxed than this one, but we'll put that into a check. that's got no real support, nothing going on. Then there's the other one, which is there is an 11-year-old gilding. I am not sure what that is going to do, but here 745 is what probably are the numbers. 745, wherein 4 is in tricky situation. That's a linear, which is a very strong linear. It has the advantage on the handicapping and everything, but it's a very strong linear. I don't know whether that'll work on a Tuesday here at Newcastle. I don't know if that will get through as a win. It's the favorite. But 7-5. I mean, the relaxation on if we look at these two horses, 4 and 7, then 7 takes the cake. Probably.
On paper. So our favourite, Pretty Vegas, $2.50. So we're all starting to load up now. We'll head up to Anthony.
Come forward. It'll leave Siobi Dane, Big Steve, Karma, Crucial Witness, and Pretty Vegas will be one of the last. She's only ever won over the short trips, Pretty Vegas. She's been good around that 900,000 metre range. She's never ticked the 1,200 metre box, Pretty Vegas, but on the home track, if ever she's going to run it, it'll be today. Now, Big Steve about to come forward. Up from Bombala, Big Steve. Pretty Vegas. Karma will be the last two. So this is your favourite, Pretty Vegas, about to take up her spot. Claire Ramsbotham riding for local trainer Joe Cleary. The locals have really steamed into her, Pretty Vegas. She's well back. The Queanbeyan Leagues Club 58. Pretty Vegas heavily backed here. In the lime green with the purple sash, white sleeves, drawn out wide. Set to go. Ready at the 12, they're off. Pretty Vegas came away midfield, but she'll muster speed quickly with Karma, Bow Rock and Siobi Dane, Crucial Witness, Our Red Planet, and then came Don't Think About It, just easing off heels. They're followed then by the Predictor and Big Steve's the last one. Pretty Vegas found the top. Siobi Dane got to second, Karma third, but 3 wide. Crucial Witness fourth, looks to be out there even wider. Might be 4 wide there, Crucial Witness. Bow Rock sliding through underneath it. They're followed by Our Red Planet. Now drifting back was Big Steve, the Predictor, and Don't Think About It is now shuffled back last. So Pretty Vegas Comes down the hill. She's a length in front. Siobi Dane second. Karma third. Crucial Witness has had a torrid run. Bow Rock back in behind those in the black cap, and then came our Red Planet. Pretty Vegas at the 300 turns a length in front to Siobi Dane. Bow Rock, Karma, Crucial Witness. Pretty Vegas, 250 to go. 2 lengths in front, Siobi Dane, Bow Rock, and then Karma and Crucial Witness. But Pretty Vegas slipped into another gear, left them standing, and she's off and gone. Pretty Vegas, oh, she'll romp in, no problems at the 1200. Runs it right out, won by 4. Crucial Witness had a shocking run there, but ended up running second after a wide effort. They were followed then by Siobi Dane. It'll run third. Karma, Bow Rock, then the Predictor. Don't think about it, was a long way back. There was a couple more there. Our Red Planet, and was there one more? Yeah, it might have been Big Steve. Oh, she's romped in there, Pretty Vegas, straight to the front. Never looked like being beaten. She's run the 1200 right out today. Number 3, Pretty Vegas, far too good there. From 5, Crucial Witness. Got caught pretty wide from gate 5. Crucial Witness had a torrid run. Third goes to number 4, Siobi Dane. We'll stand by for fourth to come through. 3, 5 and 4. 3, Pretty Vegas, clear round spotted for Joe Cleary. The mare by Exosphere, win 3 from start. 19. 9 minor placing, straight in the front, never looked like being beaten, and she's romped in to win by big space. 5 second, Crucial Witness, Damon Butler, Gratzfella, the mare by Star Witness, start 52. She's won 6, she's now placed on 14 occasions. Third to number 4, see
Well, you can pat yourself on the back, Joe. That was good training effort to produce her first up to 1200 like that.
Yeah, like I said before the race, Carl, she had a really good base and a good trial, so it's not sardines tonight, darling. We'll have a bit of high fillet steak or something, I think. And I can hear my phone going off. I'm tipping Slowy daily.
Do you think she's in for a better preparation, or she's just at her best first up?
Look, she's just had a really good prep this time, and she's got a lot of maintenance into this mare, and I've had a trouble-free preparation with her. Kimmy's done a super job on her, and young Sammy Monaco does the equine massage on her. And I just knew after a trial she's ready to rock, you know. And hence the fact I was confident. I didn't think Laurie was going to tip it to the world this morning on the big sports breakfast, whatever. It takes a bit of the pressure off today.
It's not like you to get nervous about it.
I get excited, Kayla. I love it.
Got to give a bit of credit to Claire.
By young Claire. She done exactly what she was told. Just under Brody, then she's done exactly what she was told. I have to be super positive for a firm and ping off the bank. Now, you keep it simple, as you know. How I like my horses ridden the club here. Kept it simple, and she pissed it.
Well done, Joe. That's exactly right. So he's usually quite bullish about his horse's chances, and not like him to be nervous about one of his being tipped on the radio, but he was right, and it was a really good training effort to be able to produce her to win first up there. She ended up starting $2.70 and $1.40 the place. Crucial Witness was tough into second at $1.40. Siobi Dane, our favourite, every chance, runs third at $1.20, and Karma, I thought was an improved run into run fourth. But all credit with Joe Cleary there. Great training performance and good ride there by Claire Ramsbotham, who's riding particularly well at the moment. That takes us away from our second last race at Queanbeyan. We'll take a short break on Sky Thoroughbred Central. So, relationships they see from us. Scalloper, he led first up at Musselbrook, and he just looked as though
he felt the pinch a touch late. He was beaten a length and a half. That was behind Contributing Factor. He strips fitter here, second up into the preparation. 2 of his 5 wins have actually been second up in the past. He does get the addition of a tongue tie today for the first time. He's drawn nicely. I suspect he should settle in the first half of the field here, and he's a definite chance.
Our favourite is the 4 Ruby Serve. Alicia Collett takes the ride for Mark Minavini. The blinkers go on first time today.
Yeah, she knows she's got the blinkers on as well. She's parading much sharper in the yard. They've got the double handlers on her here today. She's been placed 4 from her last 5 starts. She runs her best races here at Newcastle. I thought she was great behind Lise here last start. She got back in the on-speed dominated race. She worked home nicely back towards the inside. She's drawn to get the right run in transit. She should settle just in behind the speed, and she parades equally as good as what she has all preparation.
Uncle Harry is a horse number 5 here for the Perrys. And Andrew Atkins picks up the ride here from Keegan Latham.
He's another one that's up and about in the yard. I thought he was probably the more interesting runner of the field. He's another one that races very well here at Newcastle. He possesses plenty of fitness. They're bringing him back from the 1880 last start back to the 1400 here today. He batted on fairly behind Zizette here last start, where he was sent out a $3.70 favourite. He drops 2.5 kilos in the weight. I was originally a bit concerned with him coming back that sharply and trip this deep into his preparation, but he certainly looks sharp enough the way he parades.
6's Twin Turbo, resuming for a spell, probably a horse we're used to seeing over a little further. Ed O'Rourke, Ash Morgan.
He's a consistent type. I just thought 1400 was probably as short as he wants. He's had one trial at Hawkesbury where he was beaten 3.5 lengths. He got back. I really like the way he worked home nicely. He looks as though he's done enough work at home to be effective first start, but I do agree he's probably better suited when he can get out to the mile and further.
One horse that will form some of the speed, you would imagine, is 7's Usain Bolt, Annabelle Anisha and Rob Archibald, Molly Fitzgerald on board here.
He showed good tactical speed here 2 runs ago, where he was able to finish second behind Mizella. He then went to Kembla last start, where he started firm in the market. He just overdid it out in front. He really took charge of his rider. He was beaten around 9.5 lengths. He's beautifully placed today with the claim. He drops substantially in the weights. Molly's got a good association with this horse. I could certainly see him improving if he can harness that early speed. He's always a good horse in the mounting yard.
Bit of support on course for 9 Shoal Deep, David Atkins, Ben Osmond.
She was very plain here last start. She's a horse that generally races well here at Newcastle. The team have given her 4 weeks between runs. She's parading nice and focused in the yard. That's definitely the fittest she's paraded all preparation, but she would need to improve off her last start disappointing performance.
The outsider in the field is 10 Mr. Tabasco, Brett Bellamy, Andrew Gibbons.
He's got a bag of tricks. He's a difficult horse to catch. We haven't seen the best of him for some time. He struggled last start at Tari. He's generally a horse that can walk out of the barriers and then flash home late. He needs to do things right to give himself every chance to be beating a field like this.
I'm sure I was still in high school when Tim Principal had his first run. He's a rising 12-year-old. I'm lying, of course. Jeremy Gabrice Jones.
He gets the addition of Winkers back on today. He's deep into his preparation. He had excuses at Muswellbrook last start. That was in the same race, in the contributing factor race as Touch of Navy. He was caught wide. I thought he batted on okay to be beaten just over 2 lengths. Different story today. He gets a barrier. He gets Matt Favours. And he can certainly run a race. I know it's been a little while since he's won a race, but he's never far away in these types of events.
We're only 4.5 minutes out from start time here for race number 6 at Newcastle. This is the final event on the card, and our favourite is 4 Ruby Serve. Currently at $2.70, holds the call over 7 Usain Bolt, sits on the second line at $3.80. Who have you got with you, Mel?
Yeah, I have Salim Akbar with me from the Mark Minavini stable. Salim's been with Mark for a little while now, doing a really good job. Salim, this mare, she's been so consistent all preparation.
Yeah, she's great. She's very easy to look after, very easy to train. She has a great record. She put up very well from her last start here. Could be 2 weeks and a bit more to go. He just suggests some blinkers on. She's deep in a prep and just to get her to travel a bit more during the race. race. So we listened to his advice. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to ride today. Alicia Colette will get the ride. She's in great form. She's a very good rider. So everything seemed to be good to me.
Beautiful barrier, and this mare, she helps herself. She should put herself within the first few.
Yeah, she should travel good. Doesn't seem to be too much speed in a race. Blinkers on. I expect a very good race from her today.
She looks slightly sharper in the yard today, I thought. Did you think so?
I think she had a great coat on. She looked great. I couldn't be more happy with that. She ate plenty of grass, and that seemed to do the job.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so about 3 minutes off start time here for race number 6. So you've still got plenty of time to get on. Ruby Serve Racing's no wildest preparation is the favourite. 340 into 270 today. 7 Zusain Bolt is another that's attracting good support. $5 into $3.90. Uncle Harry, as much as $15 went up in early markets. $4.80 out to $5 back to $4.80 today. 9 Shoal Deep is at $6 and pretty solid at that mark. Drifter is the top one. Touch of Navy, $5.50 out to $8. And heading the rest would be 6 Twin Turbo, who's been a little bit soft. 15 out to $23. Who are you tipping here, Mel?
Yeah, well, I don't know, Mick. It's been a tough day to find a winner for myself, but I've made this the best on the card. 4, 7, 5 and 1. I'm with Ruby Serve. She's the obvious choice. She runs the best races here at Newcastle. She's only got a hold of form from what she's been doing, and I think she should be very, very competitive here, particularly with the blinkers going on. And I feel that's probably the sharpest I've seen her parade for a little while with the addition of those blinkers today. The 7, Zusain Bolt, is the improver. He was very good here 2 runs ago and just completely took charge of his rider last start. He went far too keen out in front. I would think that Molly will just take her time getting across from the wide gate. She's got a good association with this horse. Uncle Harry is the interesting runner. He's got the residual fitness on his side. I was originally concerned about him coming back sharply in trip, but the way he paraded, he certainly paraded sharp enough to run well. And the 1 Touch of Navy, he's another improver here, second up into his preparation. Looked as though he just felt the pinch first up at Muswellbrook. 4, 7, 5 and 1.
I thought Touch of Navy would be the big improver here in this final event. I would like to have seen a little bit more of a push for him in the betting. He's got right out. $5.50 out to $8.50 here on course, and there's now a $9 chance with Tab. I'll stick with him though, because he does have a good second up record. He's had 3 goes second up for 2 wins, and I was surprised to see him in front there at Muswellbrook and resuming, finishing 4th behind, contributing factor.
What the jockey did with the 3 in the last race was not
The obvious here, 7 stars,
right.
Newcastle for a win in 5 places.
He raved that horse like nobody's business for the entire race and had a 415 to go.
An 11 Tim's Principle, the veteran, at a big price, but if the gaps go his way late, he can certainly feature in the first 4. 1, 4, 5 and 11.
We are going to see the quaddie pay pretty healthy.
John,
Here. First leg was taken
11.
out at $26. Socrates took out the second leg at $21, who you had on top, if you don't mind. And the third leg was taken out by Marfar Lady.
6 and 11.
The day, I think, for Andrew Atkins and Richard Dibble.
A good turn of foot, and is only going to get better, stepping out over a little further. And moving forward here for this final event at Newcastle. Let's head up to the caller's box for the last time today. Here's Phil Roberts.
Trials as well. Zusain Bolt comes in. White cap Twin Turbo, red cap Zusain Bolt. And the starter about to let them go. 1,400 metres. Set. Tips Principle rocking around the inside gate. Away. It's fairly well away from the floor. The Tabasco just hopelessly. It's tailed out in the early part. Zusain Bolt, the first one to show out. Zusain Bolt led at the 1,200 metres. Clearly over Shoal Deep. The inside was Tim's Principle, and Touch of Navy on its outer was next, followed by Twin Turbo. Ruby served the inside. Uncle Harry second last, and half a dozen lengths away back at the tail is Mr. Tabasco. So they head off the back straight towards the 900 metres. Zusain Bolt looking to steady the tempo here, led by a length and a quarter over Shoal Deep, Tim's Principle, Touch of Navy. Ruby serve, and then Twin Turbo, followed by Uncle Harry. And the last one still Mr. Tabasco, tacking on back at the rear, but still a dozen lengths at least off this leader. Zusain Bolt, Shoal Deep, eased off the inside, and it now goes up a half length away, sitting second. Tim's Principle now tucking up behind this leader.
Do something.
Ruby serve yet to work off the inside. Further back then, Twin further on Harry.
Yeah.
And a couple of ways, Mr. Tabasco at the rear.
Fish.
Into the home straight, 400 metres left to go. Looking to drift to the centre of the track over shoal deep. Tim's Principal, Ruby serve stays.
Come on.
And then Uncle Harry and Touch of Maybe. It is Usain Bolt.
Bring it in, baby. Come on, baby. Bring that thing in.
Usain Bolt all the way over.
749.
Tim's Principal, Uncle Harry, Touch of Maybe, Twin Turbo, Mr. Tabasco, the last one. So Usain Bolt takes out the last and was full of running. Wasn't for catching, right up on top of the speed today. As it powered away for what was a really good victory in the end. Ruby serve, very consistent once again. Nice effort back into second spot. And Shoal Deep, who there was for a little bit of money for today on course, has scored a podium finish. But that was a one-act affair. Usain Bolt, the second favourite, winning the last.
Yeah, she's got such a good association with this horse, Molly Fitzgerald. She elected to...
No, Gigi.
She's asked him for the supreme effort back in the winner's circle here. Win number 2 at start.
No, Gigi, I didn't.
To have a chance, she said.
I had a queen on 7 and 5. That moron destroyed that horse, the number 5. These jockeys are killing it today. The last race, it was...
Yeah, it's been a while, Mick. Hopefully not too much longer before we work together again.
No, I see what's happening here today is... I'll explain what's happening here today. So, firstly, they do not have the best of the stocks. That's something which is there. Secondly, that goes with the jocks as well. They do not have the best of the jocks today. They have absolutely nutcases who are probably intoxicated in all the way, which is there. So the 5 was in a beautiful position. All that this guy had to do is just press the button at the right time. He was sleeping the entire race. He was sleeping. 7 was in the best hands. So I went with the management because that's exactly what is working today. If you look here, that 4 went through with the management. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. It was not in a winning position. If this was Randwick, this thing is not getting in. But today is a Tuesday. We are at Newcastle and they're doing everything that they can possibly do. And this guy on that 3, he raved. You cannot... why are you raving that horse? That horse is there to win anyway. This 3 chased the 13, which was a 6-year-old mare, which has got nothing. This was not in a position to do anything today, but this guy started chasing the 13 for no reason. And he had a 415 to go. So that it exhausted the entire thing. This jock should be fired with immediate effect. I don't remember about the rest of the races, but this one was tricky. The 10 got through because of the stuff that's there. I did not have a clarity on this. This one was a clear shot. The jock made it absolutely disastrous. The jock made it absolutely disastrous for the 3. Anyway, that's exactly what happened today. But that's it. Right, that is it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. We had 6 races today here at Newcastle. That was the last one. But I'm going to be racing tomorrow. Tomorrow we should be having better grounds, better races. We'll take a look at what's there tomorrow. Ipswich. I think we'll get Sandown Lakeside. This is a very difficult track. They have a 470 straight. So we'll try this. If we get this, we are going to be racing at Sandown. This is probably one of the toughest tracks in terms of tracks, not in terms of the class, the quality. But this Sandown Lakeside is a very tricky track. If we get that, we will race this, or Ipswich probably. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being there, and have a great day. John, thank you so much, my friend, for being there. Lewis, thank you so much. Arman, thank you so much. Gigi, thank you so much. Have a great day, gentlemen. I'll see you tomorrow.